It is your boy BetSam here with Artem MMA. Artem is late today because he just got scammed online because that is the dangerous world that we live in.
Yep.
I think he signed up to too many OnlyFans and somehow the Indian scammers got a hold of him. You know, we all know that Artem is deep in the gooning, and sometimes when he's got one hand on a shaft, the other one on his phone, it's late in the evening, he clicks on an Indian scammer link, and that's how we get here. You know, it is what it is. But we are here for yet another prop hunting live stream. It was hard to work around Artem's unemployed, freeloading university schedule, but we managed to turn up here. So we're a day early, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's my bad. It's my bad.
Week. It is your bad. But speaking of things that were bad, our bets and picks were not bad. Again, we went out there, we crushed the thing, and we're going to talk about these bets and picks along the way as well here. Myself and Artem honestly went out there and gave out some incredible reads for this card. My picks and bets for the premium section were perfect. So pretty hard to argue with that logic here. But some of the bets that myself and Artem gave out, I'm just going to read out a few of these ones here. We had Abdul Hussein inside the distance, right? We had Abdul Hussein in round 2 by submission and Abdul Hussein in round 2. I think both of those were incredibly live reads. He ultimately got it done in round 3. But that Abdul round 2 submission at plus 1,200 there and hitting the round 2 would have been a juicer. We hit Nurullo Aliyev by decision at plus 115. We hit Nurullo Aliyev round 1 takedown at minus 175. Absolute no sweat. I believe he got it done immediately. We had Axel Sola. We had that round 2-3 sprinkle, but it was too early and too easy. But on the official bets, even better. I got him
we couldn't have predicted that Ismail Bonfim was going to spend 2.5 minutes getting elbowed to the side of the head attempting a takedown. Yes. No one, I think, ever thought that was how the fight was going to play out. You can't blame us that much.
I thought he might get beat up on the feet and then shoot in for a takedown and then get subbed as a result of it.
I was mentally prepared for Axel Sola to lose the first round and then make a comeback.
I mean, or at least the first couple of minutes. The first couple of minutes of the first round. Then we had that Patterson Ponzinibbio under 1.5 rounds. We had Patterson round 2, but by submission at plus 1,200 there. That was live, but ultimately, the KO there on Chinny Pons. It is what it is. That Patterson has that in his skill set, and if he'd looked to turn to that, he could have got that submission, via club and sub or by open takedowns there. Then we had Muhammad Saeed round 1 KO at plus 900. Unfortunately, it was a round 2, but we had that Saeed Jacoby fight not to go.
The KO was there. The KO was there.
The reads were there. I mean, the read was absolutely there. And I spoke to Artem about his head kick, and the head kick was the finishing sequence ultimately. Volta Walker inside the distance at plus 105. Free real estate right there on that Volta Walker inside the distance.
Hindsight's 2020. It was always a round 1 sub, but I mean, once again, hindsight 2020.
Rizbeki Zainikov, either fighter by KO at plus 170. That was free real estate if Rizbeki could be knocked out. I'm not sure this man's chin is human. He ate a foot to the face that had his head snapped back like a goddamn Pez dispenser. And then we ended it nicely there with the Ramazan Timurov round 1 KO plus 650. So it was another good week, man.
Don't know. So this is a Shure SM7B microphone. Ramazan Timurov round 1 KO alone paid for this microphone, which is $1,050 from the Rock Shop. That is how profitable the Ramazan round 1 KO was. So
no, it was juicy, man. And congratulations on the new microphone there. Looks nice. I'm just going to welcome a few people into the stream here. We got Cheech, we got Turtle, my dude. We got Noli YT, we got Prods, we got Brayluge, we got Descendant, we got Patrick, we got Bill CG saying the New Zealand Guts. We got Liddy Titties. No, we got Psycho Sullivan saying Liddy Titties. We got Descendant here. New cameras. Yeah, the new cameras are coming in clutch here. We actually have the same camera. We didn't even coordinate.
We do. We have the exact same camera.
We both got the MX Brio there. Same thing. And I think we paid the same price for it as well. So kind of cool there.
Funny thing about these cameras is they are 4K cameras. I just don't think the software lets us do it in 4K.
Yeah, I don't know why.
They are 4K cameras. Like these are like pretty good cameras. Like once again, paid for.
I think as well. I've got better lighting than Adam. So mine looks
I don't
a
have a
little
light
clearer
or anything
because I got the Kmart ring light up there that's burning my retinas right What do we hear? Does the bro Adam live in Christchurch? Yes, I'm about to dox him right now. I'll release his his address so that it's easier for scammers to find him the next time.
I mean, all you have to do is put 2 and 2 together. University student, engineering. There's literally two universities in the country that does it. So, yeah.
Let's catch up here as well. I'm sorry if I skipped some of your messages. We've got a bunch of people running in here. I'm terrified of backing anyone named Bogdan this week, but damn it, I'm doing it anyways. Bogdan Guskov and little man Bogdan are very different fighters. I'll tell you that. Bogdan Guskov, but I'm just going to go on a flame rant here for a second there. This is something that I've actually spoke about openly, Adam, in many different fights. I think we need to normalize giving out warnings for lack of engagement in UFC fights. I think Bogdan Guskov was absolutely at fault as to why that fight was so boring. He was running, scared for 2.5 rounds. That fight would have gone under 3 rounds if he just chose to fight. Magomed Ankalaev might not be the most
think it was on Ank for having no fight IQ, though. I just can't believe, once again, like against in the Yarn fight, why did it take him 3 rounds to realize that Guskov had nothing on the ground, Yeah,
but why is it on Ankalaev when his opponent's the one on short notice, knows he has worse cardio, knows that his only path to victory is to fight the way that he usually fights?
Ankalaev has a long history of some of the worst UFC fights ever. Thiago Santos versus Ankalaev is the worst UFC main event maybe of all time. So
it is easy to stick a label on Ank and say it's his fault, but there was in round 4, Bogdan Guskov landed 1 significant strike. In round 3, he attempted 12 significant strikes, and 11 of them were leg kick taps. I think that Bogdan Guskov was actually more at fault than Ankalaev, and that's not because I'm a fan of Ank or anything like that. It felt to me that he was the guy that filled in on short notice. They would have paid him more than he's ever been paid in his UFC career to take that fight and fly there. And he put on no performance, threw no strikes, didn't do anything.
Maybe a new contract as well. Maybe a new contract, because I know someone got a new contract when they took a main event fight. So I mean, Bogdan probably got the same thing, but I guess got a new contract. So
I'll catch up with a couple more chats here. We got Carl Betts Badley solar sub last week. Yeah, show them toes, Adam. I don't know what that's got to do with anything here. I walked into the casino with my first
coming out.
I worked into the casino with my first ever IRL ticket, $100 on Volta round 1 sub plus 460. Congratulations, brother. That's a beautiful hit there. This man noticed. Sergio says Adam's mic is different. Yeah, it's different this time around. He's upgraded to a new microphone.
This is the old one here.
You going to get this one on a stand, or what are you thinking?
It's on a little stand. Sorry. It's on a little stand. I do actually have like a big, actual boom thing, but my desk is too thick for it. So I just have a little stand, just kind of.
We got maybe our first super chat would work, but $1.99 from who? Navajo Yarn split at plus 700. That's it. I mean, you know what? That's not a bad take. That is not a bad take. Not a bad take at all.
Yeah, especially with how Navajo is planning on fighting the fight. That we'll get there.
We'll talk about that one a little bit. We'll talk about that one a little bit. Here, I'll pop up my screen here. Let's see the look here. Add cam. No, all right. That was it.
Sajid wants to exceed the success of last week. I mean, I think we both went perfect on picks, didn't we? So
yeah,
it's. I mean. We are in agreement in a lot of fights on this card. So I mean, when me and BetSam agree, we're usually quite good. When we disagreed quite a lot on the OKC card, that's where we got in a bit of trouble, I think. But I mean, if we're in agreement, me and BetSam have proven, I think, over with 5 out of 6 weeks of just absolute out of the park bangers.
Yeah. There's been some absolute bangers for sure. Let me just organize this so it's looking a little bit more tidy here. We'll keep it thick. We'll keep it thick and juicy. I don't want the top of this though. You know what I mean? I don't want the URL. Maybe I can share it in a window tab. That's all right. We'll fucking deal with that at a later time. We didn't have much time to organize prior to this stream. I do want to say
that was my bad. To be fair,
Adam literally got scammed, guys. I don't know the details of it.
Yeah. Well, but in all full transparency to you guys, I verbally agreed to do a stream with BetSam on Thursday, and then agreed to do a stream with him today, and then it was a big thing because I'm going away. I'm not going to be at home for 4 or 5 days this week, so it had to be today. Long story short, it had to be today. And then I was walking home from university, as you do, and I get a text from someone, and long story short, someone in Saudi Arabia was trying to take $600 off my card, had to ring the bank, had to cancel my debit card, had to get a new one. Yeah. So unfortunately, that's kind of yeah. That's the thing, like, here's the thing. So being possibly the most autistic person on YouTube comes with some flaws. It comes with not being able to detect sarcasm, but it also comes with an inherent just ability of hyper focusing on MMA fights. So you got to weigh up the pros and the cons. You know what I mean? So yeah.
We got a nice comment here from Aiden. All the boys leveling up, love to see it. Yeah, I mean, look, Adam used to just get scammed by OnlyFans models. Now he's getting scammed by Saudi princes. Let's go, bro. Like, we're moving up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's pull up a few fights here. And how we're going to do this one is I'm going to break down the fight. Adam's going to break down the fight. They're going to be short, clear, concise breakdowns. And then we're going to talk about betting odds and props. But the breakdowns are going to be short and sweet. We're not going to spend forever on each one of these fights, breaking them down, because there's quite a few fights to get through. And there are a lot of fighters that we could go on and on about because they're new. And there are a lot of new fighters here that you could talk a lot about, because we know that you guys as the audience don't know too much about them. Number one fighter, this is the opening fight. At the time of recording here, we have Marina Spacek taking on Stephanie Luciano. I think Marina Spacek is overrated. I think she's a little bit undersized in this matchup, and I question her grappling coming into this one. In her loss that myself and Adam, we did actually tape study together. It was about a week ago. We were just sitting there busting through some of the fights for these ones. And in her loss, we watched her basically get completely outclassed. She was getting outstruck. She was getting taken down. She was getting mauled. I think Stephanie Luciano is capable of doing more of the same. Stephanie Luciano isn't exactly like a powerhouse, but she is capable in all aspects of mixed martial arts. Her only loss is to Sam Hughes, and Sam Hughes is kind of that litmus test of where are you at in the division. She didn't look lost in there. It was a close competitive bout that could have gone either way. I gave it to Stephanie Luciano, but it was one of those fights you couldn't have called it a robbery either way. I think that if Stephanie Luciano comes in here with a game plan of striking into the grappling, strike, then just go for a takedown once Marina Spacek either overextends or gets herself backed up, I think she'll be able to take her down, win 2 out of the 3 rounds comfortably, if not find a submission. So I'm going to go with Stephanie Luciano here. My read without looking at the price tag is going to be Luciano decision. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Angelo sees in Spacek. I'll just call him out to start, because he's quite confident in Spacek.
First fight, flaming Angelo.
I don't know if we've been watching the same fights, or because, I mean, I'm willing to be proven wrong on this one, but I just don't see it in Spacek, man. I genuinely do think she is on here because she's from Serbia, and I just don't think she's very good. Like, she is a decent enough striker, but Luciano's going to be more high volume. Luciano's going to be the better wrestler grappler. So I just think that there's such an easy path to victory for Luciano to get some takedowns. And I think that, I don't think that she will submit Spacek. I just think it probably will be a Luciano decision. But, I mean, the submission could happen, All
right, let's bust into the props. We'll pull up, and we'll talk about FightOdds.io as well while we're in here. I'll bring up both of them. I'll bring up UFC Bet Online as well already.
To be fair, Peterson did scramble. He got out of the leg lock, and then he just couldn't get out of the. Well, it ended up being, what was it, a calf slicer, but it kind of turned into a knee bar.
I mean, he got out of it,
and then he's just not athletic enough to get out of the situation that he was in, so he had to tap. Really,
he was also a little undersized as well. You could see he was a little undersized in the matchup, because Walter Walker's 6'6", and he's a genuine 6'6". Like, he's a big guy. For the line here, you can see that we have Stephanie Luciano opens the -300, slight action coming on in her opponent, bringing her down to a -285. I think the line is appropriate. I was hoping for a much better line. I think me and Adam were both kind of hoping that people were just going to jump on this basic chick and think that she was a bit of a demon. But here she is as a big underdog. And that's her line right now. We'll have a look at the props for this one. I'm not sure if we're going to not have some props on some of the fights here, because there is this is early, and there are going to be
some fights
that we're going to miss. So there are going to be some props that we're not going to have available, and as a result, we're apologetic about it. But we're going to try and go through as many.
And it's all Artem's fault too. It's all Artem's fault.
It's Artem because he's got to come in here early, but we love him anyway. We forgive him. Stephanie Luciano by points. It's minus money.
Oh.
It's minus 125. I'm not surprised by it. I'm really not. I think it's the obvious path to victory here. Stephanie Luciano, fight to go decision is minus 260 here. Stephanie Luciano by submission or decision at minus 215 brings down your odds ever so slightly there. You even unanimous decision there, you see sitting at minus 110. So most people are seeing what we're seeing here. I mean, I don't know.
If you
is
can
it a
bet
skipper for us?
round 3 or decision could be a better option because, she did get that finish against Ravina Oliveira in the 3rd round. So kind of covers a bunch of other bases. But I'm willing to call it a skip because I don't really want to say the over 2.5 or the decision anyway, because there is a real chance that there is a finish in this fight. These girls do have finishes on their records. I don't think they're going to finish each other, but it's not something that you can't just say isn't going to happen.
That might be a fun watch,
And then, hey there, the Saudi prince has got my card somehow. So,
we got a $10 super chat here. It says,
"Hey, thank you."
$10 from Seth Dion. Just watched Adam's video, refresh YouTube, and bang, we're here. You beautiful men. Sam, I told you last night, we were never missing a stream. Tell Angelo to put down the fork and put up the safety parlay. Those are some fighting words there. Not about putting up the safety parlay, but I don't know if I'm strong enough to tell Angelo to put down the fork. Like, he might just stab me with it and consume me as well. So we got to watch out for Big Ange here. Speaking of, guys, I shaved my face last night. I got to tell you, the double chin
I
here,
need to shave mine.
This little thing right here, that's got to go. I got a half marathon coming up in a couple months here. Yeah. So I need to get running. I need to hit the diet.
Zeth locked in on his diet.
Who?
Zeth. He's locked in on his diet.
He's dieting. I see there's a picture. Yeah, the gym bro and the little photo.
In all seriousness, I told Angelo he should make it a 5-person safety parlay for the culture because the safety parlay last week was 4 legs.
But it only ended up being 3, and most of them were chalk.
Yeah,
it was 3. It was 4 legs, and it was like still minus money or whatever.
Oh so my god, it was something. There was, and Tuchelov nearly fucked it too. It's the funny part. But.
Yeah, I thought Tuchelov could have lost that fight. Like if they ruled it for Brinson Ribeiro, I don't think anyone would have cried robbery, other than maybe Angelo, because the safety parlay would have came to a crashing halt. But yeah, no, I mean we'll move on to the next fight. We have Jovan Lecker taking on Alexander Popik. This is an interesting bout and one that I had to do a lot of tape for both of these gentlemen here. Initially, and I'm going to be 100% transparent here, I put out a massive bet on Jovan Lecker before I even watched tape of Alexander Popik. And people might look at me and think, that's crazy, right? But I looked at this dude's tapology, and when I find somebody, and this is genuinely how I feel, when I find somebody who every time they've been given a step up in competition or a leg into the big show, and they always fuck it up, I just feel like they're never going to make it. And that's how I feel about Alexander Popik. He has 3 opportunities that he could have shown himself to, be discerning level of competition. I'll show you what those are. You look at this, 21-5 record, seems like not bad on the surface. Looks physically muscular. He's 34 years old, Muay Thai based. But as you go down through the record, you see, wow, oh my God, shiny 11 TKOs in the first round. I'll tell you, when me and Adam started doing the tape on this, the guys over there in Octagon, number 1, they're a bunch of juice monkeys. Number 2, very low skill displays in this fight.
They don't drug test over there.
Very low skill showed in these fights. And you go back and you see here, lost to Rob Wilkinson. Obviously, we know Rob Wilkinson, PFL standout, right? Like Rob Wilkinson, known name. Lost to Dusko Todorovic. Dusko Todorovic made it to the UFC, all the rest of it. Lost to Jamal Hill, the GOAT Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill is looking like a tub of lard right now. At first, I thought it must be CGI. This motherfucking dude is actually fat as shit. I don't know what Jamal Hill's diet is. I think it's a seafood diet where he's seeing food and he's fucking eating it because he is bloating up crazy as hell. But we've got Rob Wilkinson, Dusko Todorovic, and Jamal Hill. Those are the 3 times he could have made it to the big show, beaten a step up in competition, and he's floundered it every single time. He's not that athletic. I might even argue for him that his striking isn't better than Jovan Lecker's as far as technique goes. He seems timid. He's easily backed up along the fence. Every single thing I saw from this gentleman, Alexander Popik, led me to believe that I was already correct in picking Jovan Lecker to beat him here. Jovan Lecker weighs 265 pounds, and is just built. He's a big rig. Like, he's not even that fat. He's just one of those guys similar to, I don't know if you'll agree with this, but kind of Tom Aspinall's build, where it's just like, it just goes down from the pecs and slightly less athletic looking than Tom Aspinall, but that build is comparable to him, where the weight kind of sits on him.
He's got a bit of a belly on him. He likes a good pie here.
But the weight sits on him quite nicely. It's over his arms, over his legs. It comes down. He is holding that weight, and that kind of shows in his performance as well. He can get dragged deep into the third round, still have pretty solid cardio for, you know, an unranked heavyweight entering into the UFC. He has decent takedown defense. When he gets taken down, that can be a bit of an issue, but he doesn't fight. He doesn't stop fighting the position. He will not settle. You will not just easily get on top of this guy and then him kind of quit or shell up and allow you to unload ground and pound or find a submission. He's going to keep working. He's going to keep trying to do the right things, using his legs and all the rest of it to get back up. So Javan Lenker here for me, one of my most confident picks here. And also to add the little sprinkling on the top here, he's, you know, upper weight class here. He's bigger than Popek, and Popek's taking this on short notice. He's got the youth advantage. He's got the size advantage here. And something that I like absolutely, never been finished. His only 2 losses came by decision. So that chin is as fresh as a daisy. And he's got a head like a fucking Walmart watermelon. The thing is enormous. He's head mogging the shit out of Alexander Popek. If all he does is just drive that thing into him, he probably wins the fight by decision. I'm going to go with Javan Lenker here. Supremely confident. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, I like Lenker on this one too. He's a big boy. He's going to be a lot bigger than Popek. This may be a hot take, but I think he's got better cardio than Popek as well. Cardio is actually what has let Popek down in the past. His takedown defense is pretty good, but once he gets tired, he can get taken down pretty easily. And Lenker is going to kind of be like almost like a Marcin Tybura sort of type, where he's going to be plodding forward on the feet. He's going to be clinching up quite a bit, maybe like Martin Buday style. And once he gets a takedown, he's very effective on top position. He was able to outlast Nurmagomedov, which is a good feat because Nurmagomedov is a good heavyweight on the Contender Series and had a proven record too. Like, Nurmagomedov has beaten and lost to good guys in his career. So Lenker has fought like a good competition, even beat Suzace in his last matchup, who was on the Contender Series, I believe, a couple of years ago. But he's just a fat slob, to be fair. But still, like, beat a borderline UFC level guy in his last fight out. So I think in this matchup here against Popek, he should get the takedowns. That's his path to victory, is the takedowns. So I think we're going to see Lenker maybe get a late finish, and by that it would have to be a second or third round TKO sort of thing. But I think Popek should be good enough to survive all 3 rounds against him. So yeah, I'm going to go with Lenker to win the decision or maybe late TKO.
First point of disagreement. I think he finishes him in under 1.5 rounds. I actually think
I thought you just said that Lenker's got to win a decision.
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything about it.
Right, sorry.
I said, what you only skim listened is I said he could just hit him with his big melon head, and that would be enough to win a decision. So that's what I said there. Now, Javan Lenker, I'm actually picking him to win by finish. Initially, I was agreeing with you, and I thought that he was going to win by decision. But then it came down to me, and I remembered him with Nurmagomedov, and when he got on top of him in that second round there, that was after some heavy grappling, and he still had quite a lot of gas tank to attack a submission and to attack with ground and pound there. And he almost 10-8'd him, did 10-8 him on 2 judges' scorecards there in that second round. So for me, I'm taking Javan Lenker here inside the distance. Let's have a little look and see what the price tag is for these. If you look at Javan Lenker here, the price is actually still pretty good. Opened as a minus 300. He's sitting there around minus 205. I mean, that's minus 220, minus 205. That's a decent price tag. If you can pick him up anywhere above $1.30, I'm happy to play that. As long as you're getting him above $1.30, I will say this: I'm more confident and more happy to pay for Javan Lenker at minus 220 than I am to pay for Navajo Sterling at minus 300. And we'll talk about why later there.
And he's minus 225 on Betcha, so we can get a pretty good price on him too. I like that.
We had a compliment here from Insidious Gorilla for you as well. Artem, new mic and setup is clean.
Thank you. I did mess around with the settings a little bit. I don't know if they come through on this software, but when I record my own videos, I spent a bit of time watching tutorials and stuff on how to set up the specific microphone. So hopefully it comes through pretty well in future recordings and stuff like that.
All right, we got Tyler Betts. BetSam getting humbled this card. Brother, You've just officially put on blast after I go profitable again for like the 6th or 7th week in a row, I'm going to remember your name. So congratulations on being remembered for all the wrong reasons, my little brother. Let's get it. I'm not losing money this card, bro. And there are a few cards.
Minus 350. Sorry.
The only way I lose money in this card is if Navajo goes out there and just absolutely lays an egg, right? If Navajo goes out there and lays an egg, I might lose money. It's not a guarantee, but if he chokes, we'll see. Sam,
Where did he say he wants to knock out Jan? So I was just saying, someone just said that Sterling's been saying he wants to knock out Jan. Everything I've seen is saying that he wants to beat him by boring his fuck decision. But we'll talk about that when we get there.
He wants to win a 29-28 split decision is what I've seen.
Yeah, that's what he's been telling everyone.
BetSam, have you seen the new interview? He's saying he wants to knock out Jan. If you go to Navajo Sterling's personal YouTube channel, he says that it's going to be a slow fight with feints and fakes, and it's going to be a slow building fight, but he's still looking forward to it. Those are his words, not mine.
And BetSam called me for an hour talking about this, by the way.
We'll talk about that when we get to it.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get there.
I DM'd him on IG today about it. I was like,
are you fucking serious about what you're saying? Are you
I'm gonna go watch this new interview from him because he's sending mixed messages to me. I'm one of Navajo Sterling's biggest supporters and fans. I've been following prior to the contender series.
Riding the train.
I've been riding his meat harder than anybody, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm telling the people as well, along the way, all the doubters, I've been trying to silence them, and he's just filling me with doubt with his own personal YouTube channel. But we'll see, man. We'll see as we get along that one. Let's look at the price tag for this one here. The interesting thing about this, that's fucking Stephanie Luciano. Where are we? Pop it here. The over in this fight is at minus money. So the bookmakers are in agreement with Adam in this one here. They believe that Leka by decision here, you're seeing it's at plus 200. They're expecting it to be probably a Leka decision here because you see that's the shortest outcome that we can see here. As you can see, Javan Leka submission plus 375, Javan Leka by KO at plus 250. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Leka wins this fight early. You know, you see Javan Leka in round 1 here, plus 335. Javan Leka in round 2 here, plus 450. What's Javan Leka inside the distance? It's plus 115 for him inside the distance.
I'm happy to put that. I'm gonna write that down on maybe just for me, unless you want that too.
I'm cool with a Leka inside the distance. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And what's that? Plus 115.
Plus 115, yeah.
I like that a lot. And then, do you want to chuck a round 1 KO sort of thing, or just a round 1? What are you thinking? Because Leka round 1 KO is plus 600.
I'm thinking of Javan.
Plus 800.
I'm thinking Javan Leka round 2 KO plus 800.
But you've got the under 1.5, so you just think he's going to finish him in the second.
I think he cooks him in the cardio department in round 1 by out grappling him. And then, yeah,
I like that. I lean towards the round 2 more than the round 1. It's plus 800. That's a good
price tag
for what I think is going to happen anyway. So
no, plus 800 is nice. And honestly, when Betcha drops, it's probably going to be better for us. We'll see. We'll see that.
Yeah, true. I hope so.
Javan Leka, ladies and gentlemen, high confidence pick from me.
Handsome man. People say it looks like me. You know, I wish I was 6'5". But
I'm going to tell you right now, you are more handsome than Javan Leka.
Thank you.
You really are. You know.
Thank you.
I'm going to catch up with the chat here, and guys, if I miss a message from you guys, drop it again here. We got Navajo KO, says Tyler Betts. We'll talk about that one later. Patrick Mel says, I'll be back in Navajo until he gives me a reason not to. This week is not that week. Would not be surprised if Jan wins it on the scorecards. Not going to lie. I tell you why I'm betting on Navajo Sterling later on. But, you know, there's a lot of Navajo chat here, and I get it. BetSam, you know, I never disagree with you, but I think it's too early for Navajo Sterling to beat Jan. Jan has a high fight IQ on the feet. Let me tell you a little story about Father Time, okay? Many men think that they can defy him, but there is not a single man
that has ever beaten Father Time is LeBron James.
Tell that to his hairline. Listen, the thing about the thing about Navajo in this matchup here is it doesn't matter if it was Navajo Sterling or any other 25-year-old prospect. I would literally be betting on them to beat him. Maybe outside of fucking Zhang Minyang, because he's just an absolute Chinese flounder at this point. I can't tell you how disappointed I am in Zhang Minyang, man. It's just his career is in shambles right now. But we're not here to rat on him.
We're not even here to talk about Sterling. We've got Nina Milicevic on here as well.
If I had just about anybody that's a 25 or 26-year-old prospect that's 4-0 so far in the UFC run, and they're fighting a 43-year-old fighter in any division, former champion or not, they're getting dusted. Just statistics alone. How many 43-year-olds are even in the UFC, let alone trying to win fights? Adam, stop that. What are we doing here? What is going on here?
What are you doing, dude? We're on the third fight of the night. We've spent 25 minutes talking about Navajo Sterling.
All right, I'll read the super chat and we'll move on here. We got Gucci Gill, $4.99. This goes to Adam's U-Haul fund to get him into the BetSam garage. I'm all in on Bogdan, Rakic, Uros. I also like all three by KO. I'm not going to spoil the party here talking about whether I agree with those or not, but I like where your head's at. I'll just say that for now. All right, we'll let Adam. Adam, you can open up the floor with this one. I'm going to go grab my drink bottle. I'll be like 15 seconds. Tell the people.
Alexander saying you got to keep Artem locked in so we don't have another 3-hour prop punt. As if it's my fault. What happened last week? Listen. I was the only one keeping him on track. BetSam was going on about this and that. Like it's all fun and games. But my goodness, damn, we talked about 2 fights in half an hour. And then all of a sudden, somehow we're going to do the rest of the card in an hour. It's an anomaly at how fast we can pull this off somehow. It's crazy.
That's what's going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. Nina Milicevic, Haley Cohen, you let the people know. I'm picking Nina. I'm picking Nina based off circumstance alone, but you go.
Okay. Well, BetSam's gone, guys. It looks like it's on me. I spent an hour eating tuna last week. It was BetSam was eating the orange with the peel on, he's just like the least locked in individual maybe in the space. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that he's managed to be able to pull off what he's managed to do so far. But and this one, I do think that we are going to see Nina Milicevic find some pretty good success against Haley Cowan. Now, when I've seen Nina Milicevic fight and win her fights by decision, she's transitioning from grappling to grappling to grappling. I believe it was their decision win over the girl that was 4-0. Sorry, I've got Tapology up to the side here. Yeah, her most recent decision win. And that matchup against Dina Osman, she had Nina Milicevic in a rear naked choke. Then she was able to transition that into an armbar attempt. She transitioned that into triangle attempts from top and bottom position. Milicevic in the grappling, I think, is way better at just pure BJJ, pure grappling than Haley Cowan. And the fact that we've seen Haley Cowan, this is a bit of MMA math, but we saw Haley Cowan get taken down and nearly instantly submitted by Nora Cornole. MMA method out. At grappling too. Nina Milicevic should submit this girl, and I think she can do it relatively fast. I know that we have seen a little bit of action on the Milicevic round 1, round 2, and I think I agree. I think round 1, round 2, Milicevic submission. I think it could happen in this first or the second. I'm leading second, but I've seen Milicevic take her girls back in the first round, so I like that. So,
Adam, you're Australian born, correct?
I was born in Australia, yeah.
So is Nina Milicevic, interestingly enough. Australian born. It says Serbia there, and that's her blood right, but she's Australian born as well, I believe. Or maybe she was born. She looks like you guys could pair well together, honestly. Queen Beast and King Beast. I could see a bit of that. I'm going to read the super chat, and then we're going to jump into the price tag.
Thank you. That's a big super chat. Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah, 1999. 4 years after I was born, but 1999 from Christopher Ingram. You guys are always doing the Lord's work. Hey, man, thank you for the nice message, and thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. All the supers are genuinely super appreciated, man.
Thank you.
Super appreciated. Jesus, fucking muppet. Anyway, Nina is kind of fine.
People are donating their hard-earned money. That's I gotta say thank you.
Well, but me saying supers are super, I just sound like an absolute clown. That's what I was. No, I'm not mocking them. I'm mocking me, brother.
Okay, my bad, BetSam.
Haley Cowan honestly, and I'm just going to say this real quickly. If Haley Cowan wasn't 34 years old and on a 3-fight losing streak, I do think she's probably the better athlete than Nina Milicevic. She seems like relatively athletic, just not a fighter that puts it all together. She's big for the division. If you gave her frame to somebody that's just got like that dog in them, like a young, hungry Brazilian or something, they would smoke up most of this division. But that doesn't matter here. Circumstances definitely matter all the time, and that's kind of where the line is at. Nina Milicevic here at -400, debuting fighter. I'm not interested in the money line at all. That's not because, you and I don't agree. There's so many variables in there, and Hayley Cowan, as I said, is the better athletic specimen. And Nina, this is one thing Adam can absolutely agree with as well. The level of competition we've seen Nina fighting is absolute buns. It's chubby Egyptian girls, random Indians. Like it literally is. Like this is not me being racist. This is, if you go through the Tapology right now.
I mean, it's kind of the same for what's her name? For Cowan, though, to be fair.
Well, Cowan's had three UFC fights, though. You look at it here. You think I'm joking here? We got Dina Osman. Like, what is that? What even is that?
The girl wasn't that bad, though. To be fair, she actually wasn't that bad.
I'll take your word for it. Desi Rahu. This one here.
That was a bad one.
How is that your Tapology picture? I think this is the first punch and probably the last one she's ever thrown. What is that?
That looks like a beginner boxing class to me.
36 years old, random Indonesian. They took a photo of her to show that normal people can go down to their gym. And then this one here, Sandru Sakar, Lebanese. How many, and I said this to Adam in a private thing, I said, how many female Lebanese fighters do you know are out there doing well in the world? Like, Adam is deep in the regional scene. And just about every major promotion.
I couldn't name one, man.
Couldn't name one. Because they don't fucking exist. They do not exist. The level of competition Nina is absolutely buns. It's dog shit.
But she's looked good doing it, and that's what matters. That's what matters.
She has looked good doing this. But yeah.
Now I'm reading the chat right now. People are saying that it's not normal to eat the kiwi with the skin on. That's
a lie.
Wait, also, you guys don't eat the kiwi with the skin on? I don't eat the orange with the skin on, but you just eat into a kiwi. Yeah, it's like a really normal thing to do, is it not?
I think oranges with skin on is also pretty normal. I think at least half the chat would probably eat oranges with the skin on.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd say half the chat would eat the kiwi with the skin on. I don't know that the oranges, but
what do we? I'm thinking
Nina subs the good win number. I'm gonna give away something.
Why don't we just take Nina inside the distance +110, bro?
I like that. Especially because she's -400. This is my fault, but I like the round subs too. I like round 1 and round 2 subs too. But Milicic, Nina, Milo. I mean, you get it a -400.
See, Seamus, oranges with skin is definitely normal. See, there we go. Easy.
Thank you.
And then look, fuck no, we cut the kiwi and don't eat the skin. Okay. You go, Adam.
How do you even do that? Because the skin's like so thin. Like you have to eat the skin. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways,
no, you get those green kiwi fruit spoons, and
people are buying specific utensils to eat kiwi fruit.
When you buy packs of 6 kiwi fruit, they often come with the spoon.
What?
And it's got like a little butter knife end on one side and then a spoon on the other. I think New Zealanders know this. Anyway.
People are buying certain spoons. What? Okay, Chevy's donated. Thank you. I'm looking a little bit too dry.
Adam, you're looking a little dry for my liking. That's because he wants to
shower this morning.
I know. That's why that is what it is. I think we write down Nina Milicevic inside the distance as our official one. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I like that. I would like to propose a round 2 submission prop as well, because I feel like if we hit that, we're going to look like geniuses. Like, what's the price of that?
How about we go with this? Let's 3-layer cake this bitch right now, okay?
All right.
What about we go? Okay. How about this? Nina Milicevic to win inside the distance, right?
Yep, done that. Yep.
And then we got either fighter by submission at +225.
Give me a sec. It's going to take a second to write up.
Yeah, you're right. Or should we just go? Nah, Hayley Cowan's not winning this. Let's just go Nina by.
Nah, she ain't winning herself. No. That was the same price.
It's the same price.
That's the same price. That's the same price. Hold on.
It's the same price. Yeah, that's free. That's free.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like a good price.
Yeah. So give me a sec. I don't usually type and then look at this monitor, so this is why I've got a bit of CTE going on. So it's +225. You may as well. In case
does the chat mind if I eat an orange real quick while we're just typing this up, or is that?
And then what's the next one? And then what's the next one?
And then you were going round 2 submission, yeah?
Yeah.
Round 2 submission is plus 800.
Okay.
Do you guys not have oranges over there? Nobody eats them with the skin on. I think people do eat them with the skin on. I don't know why. I don't know why people like just cap it and saying they don't eat orange skin, like orange peel. You know?
All right, I've got it, BetSam. I've got it.
All right, cool. We'll lock that in. I could go in orange right now, to be honest with you, man.
This fight here, I am going to, if you can, guys, if you can, I think that Rebecca takedowns could be a way to do it, especially if you can do round 1 takedowns. Because I know some people don't really love this fight on the Rebecca side. I'm very confident in Rebecca. This is my most confident pick on the card. I just don't think that Prepolek's very good. I know Rebecca gets cut open.
You got to preface, you are a known Kyle Prepolek non-believer, though. Like that in all of his fights.
What's he done to make me believe, though?
He almost beat Dober. If it wasn't for that nut shot, he was going to have beaten Dober.
Actually,
he was going to.
I think Rebecca's wrestling there. Rebecca ain't messing around on the feet. He's proven to me as well that his chin's actually pretty good. I've seen this guy hit some pretty big shots and keep going. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think that Prepolek wins this fight. I think he gets the grappling going and gets the dubski in that way. What do you think, BetSam?
I'm gonna go with Mateusz Rebecca inside the distance and just call it a day at that. I think if he wins, it's inside the distance. So I don't think there's any purpose in attacking money line. Obviously, he could win a decision, but if it's going to round 3, my confidence in Rebecca is shot because he doesn't fight like round 3 exists. He fights like it's a 2-round fight, and he gives everything. Like I've seen him dead and out of cardio and still throw punches. Like I'm going to go as far as say, at no point in my life have I ever tried as hard at anything as Mateusz Rebecca does in all of his fights, even his losses. Like you can say that Mateusz Rebecca, like, oh, he lost to Duncan or whatever. He never stops trying in these fights. Sometimes he does dumb shit or is outgunned or is too damaged to win, but he never stops trying, you know?
I'm going to respond to Sheriff Shrek. I think we're about to learn that BSD isn't that good as well, by the way. I think we're about to learn something about BSD.
I think I already knew BSD was not that good. But BSD fucking beating Mauricio Raffi kills me. It just kills me so bad. You know, like
unreal. Yeah, I know.
Sometimes it seems like a fake sport. You know?
Sometimes
it seems like a fake sport.
It is a fake sport. There is some absolute BS happens in this sport, dude. If like things played out the way that they should, I mean, this is obviously like predictors cope. we should be doing pretty well, but just
strictly beating Hamzat.
Haley Cowan might knock out Nila Milicevic in the first round to make us all look like idiots. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those things.
Yeah. Do you remember when was it Irina Aldana knocked out Macy Chiasson with that little up kick to the liver?
Yes. Not a real
not a real thought. I watched that like 14 times in a row and was like, what? How does that KO you? You know, just do you not like strengthen your core? Like, I don't know. Like the second boxing class I ever went to, they're throwing medicine balls at your core. You know, like they're throwing medicine balls at your core.
Oh, like when I used to, I did kickboxing throughout high school. So I've done kickboxing for a bit. And this is the thing about Jamal Hill. Like Jamal Hill's like showing these like reels of him getting punched in the body repeatedly and saying, "Oh, I can take body shots because I'm fat now." No, that's just conditioning. Like that is a normal thing to do. Like this is gonna sound like kind of culty, but when I was doing kickboxing, like we used to stand in a big circle, and like the trainers and shit would come around and just like punch you as hard as they could in the stomach. And then you'd wait, and the next trainer would come around and punch you as hard as you could in the stomach. That's just conditioning. Like you've got to get used to getting punched in the stomach. Now, obviously, you can't condition your head.
Not as hard as they can. I mean, they punch decently, you know.
Yeah. But like, it is a thing. Yeah.
I did watch this one. There was one in like an Indian MMA place, and they were just punching the fighters clean in the jaw, and people were like, "This isn't it." Like this just. Did you see that one as well? It was floating around on social media, and they were just like cracking the dudes in the jaw, like they forced them to put their arms behind their back like this. I'm like, that's just giving your fighters CTE.
That's just what's that like guy that was like getting like Diego Sanchez and like had upside down and like
tying upside down and waterboarding him and shit.
Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah, there's some bullshit dudes out here. Yo, Gucci Guild, this is like the most racist chat that I've ever read. What is that? You can only super chat watermelons to Kunith. Gucci, I love you, but
don't even put that up there.
Don't put that out.
Don't even put that up.
There's also fried chicken.
Like Oxbeast, Angelo for some reason doesn't really do like long-term tracking, but like at the start of all of his videos, he puts them out. Like for me, my bets aren't tracked. I'm gonna start putting up my PFL bets because I think that would be more appropriate for what I do. Because I am going to bet on PFL and I'm going to bet on Eternal MMA 108 this weekend. If you guys have access to that,
Joshua Fabia, that's it.
Yeah, that's him. Sorry, yeah, I just didn't know his name. But yeah, what are we thinking here? I'm thinking round 1 sub for Vicky.
I'm down to put that up, but I'm also like my action here is just going to be inside the distance, and I'm going to say without looking at the price because I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to guess it's minus 150 for him to win inside the distance.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's like minus 500 on BitShare as well. It's insane.
Is that what he is right now? He's minus 500. I got in on the line while it was $1.33, so I was not upset about it. I got in here, and he was going to be a league of Slam of the Week. But then the line just crashed, and so I was like, all right, we won't do that.
But you should just post them for free on Discord, Descendant, because I haven't actually been sports betting that long. Like, I spent years not sports betting, really.
Okay, to clarify, somebody said you're seeing somebody asked if they could donate a
$1. Oh, right.
Okay, all right. So you were baited into it. All
not great, even in context. But not great. Not great. I'm going to start putting them up, Graham. I will start putting some up. Hopefully now this doesn't start a generational losing streak either, because I went really good on the PFL last week. But I will put some up. I will put some PFL ones up this weekend.
All right, so we are looking at here inside. Yeah, the under 1.5 is plus money. We don't have props.
Oh, I like that. I would like to put that up. What do you think?
That's all we've got. So. Yeah, I'll take under 1.5 at plus 115.
Well, that means that Rebecca inside the distance is not going to be a good price either if it's only plus 115 for an under.
I think it'll be, as I said, minus 150. That's what I think it'll be. Yeah. Because the thing is, he can be finished. Like, Mathias Rebecca, he's tough, but like he's also incredibly hittable. So he can be finished for sure.
Yeah.
CTE maxing is not sparring. I agree. I would never put money on Rebecca after his last fight. What they're referring to with that is that, and I think they're talking about.
They might be talking about the Klein CTE.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Klein broke his ankle and he just
Klein snapped his ankle. It's actually the second time we've seen that. Sean O'Malley also had it with that regional Asian fighter. Do you remember? He fought that dude and his leg was injured. I'm not discrediting the guy's name. I genuinely don't know who he was, and he was basically cut from the UFC not soon after that. But Sean O'Malley definitely had the same situation going on where he lost his leg and still managed to win a decision. So, yeah. Saeed Nurmagomedov, what's up, GOAT and BetSam? How you doing, brother? Prepelic is slow. He should get pieced up, to be honest. He is slow, but he's much larger and much longer, which means that he doesn't really need to be as fast to still hit the target that doesn't really move. Mateusz Rąbecki, he does that one thing, and I think me and Adam both get annoyed with people that do this. He does a lot of this, right?
Yeah,
but then anytime he's actually going to strike, he stops in the middle and then throws. You know what I mean? It's like all of this is just noise, and then he's like, all right, I'm here now, and throwing. Yeah. It's like the whole thing's defeated. If you want to see somebody who actually uses that side-to-side movement and then does a good job of bouncing into the pocket, it's Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley is a great example of somebody who bounces side to side and then uses it in an actual boxing fundamental way and attacks awkward angles. The only problem with Joaquin Buckley is he has apparently no get-up game. He has decent takedown defense, but once he is taken down, he's got no get-up game, and it's rough. But we're getting sidetracked here. Adam's getting disinterested with listening to Joaquin Buckley, so we're going to move on here. It's unfortunate that we don't have more props for that fight because it was a fun one to target.
Yeah, you can just tell like how like fucking autistic I am because I just start zoning out.
Disassociating. For sure. We got Bogdan Grad, Dennis Bazukja. You can open this one up. I think you might even have a better read than me on this one because for me, it's an odd fight.
I'm just going to put this out. I am a Dennis Bazukja hater, like straight up. I don't like this guy. He's got a bad history of literally beating up teenagers and robbing them. You can look into that if you want to. So I just don't like him. I just don't really like him that much at all. I can respect the skill set though, because he is, like a pretty decent striker. He does have decent enough takedown defense, but I think in this matchup, Bogdangrad is going to go out there and get the takedowns. And this is a fight that I will be betting on the Bogdangrad takedown lines. If you have access to Bogdangrad takedown lines, especially round 1 takedown lines, especially since he was able to get the takedowns in the first round, I think that this is going to be a good opportunity for that. I think that Grad, he hasn't really shown it that much in the UFC, but Grad's striking is the kind of striking that just drives me insane, to be honest with you, because he does throw a lot of spinning bullshit, and that just drives me nuts because he's not that good necessarily. But I do think in this fight, Grad, he should find the wrestling success against Bazooka. I think he's going to be at a striking disadvantage. I think I've seen some people say that Grad's a better striker than Bazooka. I quite heavily disagree. It's going to really come down to the wrestling, I think. And I think he is going to get the wrestling going. I'm also seeing takes that Grad's going to finish the fight quickly. Personally, I also disagree with that. I actually think it's going to be a Grad, decision. I don't really think he has a great deal of finishing ability. I think Bazooka, even though he got slapped pretty badly against Barbosa, has shown that he's pretty tough himself. So, it's one of those fights that I don't feel great about, even if I do think that Grad is going to get it done on the wrestling. And yeah, BetSam's just absolutely hounding that orange, isn't he? Just going absolutely nuts. Look at him. He's smiling about it. He's loving it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments too, while BetSam's just slobbing it up on this orange. But that's how I'm feeling about the fight. I'm thinking it's got to be a Grad wrestling. You want to bet on the props, like the takedown lines. We can't find them in Australia. Hold on, actually. I might be able to help you out there, Soap. I don't know what your full name is. It says Soap in my, so I'm going to assume it might be Soap in my pants. I'm not too sure.
It's soap in my eyes. Because he thought he saw me the other day, but then he realized it wasn't me. He just had soap in his eyes.
Oh, true. I'm going to see if I can kind of find it. I know someone that bets on the takedown lines.
Me?
Okay, so yeah, well, BetSam, but we use Betcha. I don't think you can use Betcha in Australia. Sportsbet and Ladbrokes, I think, may be able to do it, and maybe TAB. Maybe there's a TAB in Australia. So Sportsbet, Ladbrokes, maybe TAB. But we use Betcha mostly, me and BetSam, because that's just kind of like the better sports book in New Zealand. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of... Dude, you're going ham. I'm listening into you just going crazy right now on this orange, man. Like, I feel bad for the other headphone users out there. Just listening to
I'm trying to get through it quickly. So boys don't have to listen to it.
Both guys pretty chinny. Fight ends by KO plus 150, says you know who. I don't mind it. I feel like the only person that could potentially fuck it would be Grad getting a submission.
I just swear there's so much orange juice all over my keyboard. I just shot straight out the side on about like 9 keys.
Oh my god! Is this your new one or is this your old one?
Nah, I've actually bought a new one. It's on the way. So.
Okay, good.
I got this one for free when I bought the tower.
Yeah, fair. I mean, to be fair, Bogdangrad did get slimed out by Nolan and Riley. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, the only person that could possibly fuck that for you is going to be Grad, maybe getting a submission, because I just don't think Bazooka's getting a sub. So, yeah, that's something. I would almost just say fight doesn't go the distance could be a good play, but I'm kind of pretty happy to skip it. What do you think, BetSam? Like, what do you think? And then I can move on to talking about our favorite little friend, Vologden.
Mark Vologden has a new opponent here.
Is it Nikolic?
Yeah, Nikolic. Who you told me is a bit of a striking beast, and he is. I think he's going to knock out Mark Vologden if they don't get into the takedown realm.
I tend to agree. So do you want to skip this, or do you have a bet for this one, BetSam? What are you thinking?
I'm so close to finishing this. Just give me like...
Okay, I'll fill in the time, but can you mute your microphone?
I got you, bro.
How's it going, Kazwa? You joined the stream. Sam in an orange with a peel. Yes, he is. Sam Hawk 668.
The peel is the best part.
Shoujo, GTA films is
you know
absolutely
what, Adam? Somebody just said they call it peel because you're supposed to peel the orange. I think it's called the peel because it has such good appeal.
Soap in My Eyes uses TAB. That doesn't have the app on his phone. That's pretty far down, to be fair, Ransom. I've never managed to go that far down the rabbit hole personally. I mean, BetSam's seen me at my lowest when I was, losing, monthly wages on NBA games. But we passed it. We've matured from that time in my life of.
Bro, Adam is a work in progress.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at this though. Like I'm getting a lot better at this. Like I feel like it's probably only a matter of time before Angelo maybe messages me and asks me to start putting up the bets on the premiums. But I don't know. I'm gonna be putting up the PFL on Eternal 108. But yeah, you might be able to bet on Eternal on Betcha. No, not on Betcha. You can on Betcha, but maybe on Bet Online. Maybe on Neds. I don't know. I don't know the Australian sports. I don't know what Patrick Mel's talking about. Jesus.
Seeing BetSam eat that orange explains his happy marriage. Hey.
Yeah, Casey Greco can't watch anymore. The orange thing is too much. I mean, like, it didn't even mute his microphone. Just
Casey,
he couldn't even wait an hour. He couldn't even wait an hour to eat that orange, dude. Like, it's just absolutely going crazy. Yes, it is, Sheriff.
It's been nice having you here. I apologize if you've left. If you thought the orange was bad, my French bulldog is crying at the door right now, trying to get in on the stream. So we got more distractions coming. But I'll tell you what, let's have a little look at the betting line on this one because I think Bogdangrad's money line is worth playing. He opened as a minus 190. You can see the Bogdangrad sitting at minus 200. I'm still happy with his money line. He can win this fight in all three facets of mixed martial arts. He can win by knockout. He can win by submission. He's good everywhere. He's intense. I like him here. Do you want to put money line and also by decision?
Yeah, what's the price on decision? Yeah, I was. Decision. I don't like betting decisions though. It's plus
165. Is that enough for you or no?
No.
Right, we'll skip it.
Decisions stress me out, and then you're kind of rooting for something to happen like I want to see finishes. That's kind of what I like to see in fights. So then I'm rooting for something to not happen. So it kind of. I don't know. I'm not a decision betting person. I did bet on Rasul Magomedov to win by decision. I had to sweat the shit out of that because he nearly finished him in the third round. Oh my god, it was terrible. Anyways,
all right. Do I or do I not let Ringo in? Adam, what are we saying here?
Oh, you can let him in. I can talk about this fight for a little bit.
Right. It'll be 2 seconds.
Don't want it to be too sad. See, guys, it's just the least locked-in human being on the planet, right? It's just unbelievable. Chevy 400, you can hear BetSam eating from outer space. Guys, I had my headphones on. I was listening to him eating that goddamn orange in my headphones, dude. It's pretty nuts. Anyways, so I think in this matchup, guys, these guys are going to look maybe 2 or 3 weight classes apart from each other. Borislav Nikolic is one of the bigger bantamweights I've maybe ever seen. Maybe one of the bigger bantamweights BetSam has ever seen. Mark Vologden should be a flyweight, but he just... people say he can't make 125 pounds. I kind of struggle with that. I just think there's just no way that this guy can't make 125. If he had a full camp, he definitely could. And he's going to be so small compared to Nikolic. The thing about Vologden, too, is he's taken so much damage in his last 2 fights. He's shown that he doesn't have very good, striking defense. Nikolic also has horrific striking defense, which is why this is going to be a fun fight. But Nikolic, when he's on, he's looking real good, man. He's got good power. He carries power late into his fights. He's got multiple finishes in the 4th round. He's had multiple finishes in which he was losing the fight and then had to make a comeback and win the fight. So I just think that in this matchup, Nikolic is going to probably look pretty good, to be honest. So, yeah, I think we're going to see... I agree. I'm kind of leaning a Nikolic sub, but I don't hate the idea of him knocking out Vologden. I think also Nikolic has no takedown defense. None at all. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Vologden wrestles here.
I don't know if we can say he has no takedown defense. He doesn't have good takedown defense.
Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, no, like the takedown defense is bad, but the get-up game's so good, it probably makes you think he's got better takedown defense than he does.
All right, we'll just switch out the other dog for any of the dog lovers here. This is the other one. We got two of them. This is little Zilla, aka otherwise known as Godzilla, and the other one's Mr. Ringo, aka Ringo Starr. This one's a little bit smaller. She's a bit of a teeny tiny tot, and she is a bit sleepy. She's been laying out there in the sun. Now, let's get back into some serious matters because I know that Adam's been a little bit distracted throughout the stream here. He's been struggling to lock in at points. That's okay. We all forgive him. We forgive Adam for his lack of being able to zone in on MMA, and he's got other responsibilities that drive him towards other directions. But if you guys didn't know, Adam's also a disc golf champion, so he does have other hobbies, so we can kind of forgive him for those things. Listen, in all seriousness here, Mark Vologden is incredibly hittable. Mark Vologden is kind of been a letdown to me. I don't know how you feel about it. I was hyped off of him joining from the Dana White's Contender Series, and he's just kind of been a letdown here. And I think it's not because he's bad or good. It's because he's 5'3" and fighting at bantamweight. This is a division where, if you guys think about it, we got Peyton fucking Talbot in here. Peyton Talbot's like as tall as me. Peyton Talbot with his hair is probably taller than me. Peyton Talbot is long, still has big quads and all the rest of it. So to hear that somebody like Mark Vologden can't make 125 pounds, I think he needs to hire a fucking better nutritionist if you think he can't make 125 pounds. It's ridiculous. At 125 pounds, he's still not big. He's not even big. Ramazan Temirov is probably mogging Mark Vologden if they met out of the streets outside of camp. I mean, Mark Vologden, he's got a giant head. He's got some pretty big traps and titties. You don't need giant pec muscles to fight in the UFC. I don't know what the story is here. Ringo, don't grow it at me, buddy. Mark Vologden, I just can't pick a 5'3" muscle dwarf. Literal goblin. I just don't.
I've never picked Vologden. I actually picked against Vologden on the Contender Series. That wasn't a popular pick, to be fair, but yeah, I just don't.
You could even make it an argument to say that his Contender Series fight has been devalued after Adrian Luna Martinetti couldn't get past David Grant.
But I also picked A.V. Grant to beat Martinetti as well. Martinetti's not a good fighter, guys. Nikolic is... Well, that might be a little bit far. I was going to say Nikolic is kind of a better version of Martinetti. You could almost say that.
I think more dangerous for sure. Yeah. I think definitely more
he's not as high volume, but he's massive guy. This genuinely might be one of the biggest bantamweights in the UFC. He's huge.
I think there'll be a 20-pound or 15 to 20-pound weight discrepancy difference between Mark Vologden and Borislav Nikolic on fight night by the time they both rehydrate.
And here's the thing about Nikolic, guys. You've also got to remember it is short notice, so maybe he's got to cut a bit of weight. I don't know, but Nikolic is 33 years old. He's not someone that's going to come into the UFC and make a lot of improvements. So I feel like we're going to see. That's another thing too. Actually, I kind of like that Nikolic is 33. This is a guy that's got 18 professional fights, 16-2 record. He's fought good competition throughout a lot of his career, not his whole career, because most fighters don't fight good guys to start with, but. This is going to be one of the better versions of Nikolic we've ever seen. I think that coming into the UFC, I don't know if he can necessarily make a splash into the rankings, but this is someone that probably could put together a pretty decent UFC career, I think. I actually like Nikolic quite a bit. He's an older bantamweight, but I think he's a pretty good bantamweight.
It's cool that he got the short notice step up here as well, because at 33 years old, he probably wasn't making his way into the UFC otherwise. So it's fun that we get him in here,
And he's a fun fighter. He's good. He's really good.
Yeah. No, it should be good. Let's have a little look at the props here, man. And also the line for this one.
The problem.
The line for this one. Oh, we'll look at the line at the very least. Borislav Nikolic is minus. I was really thinking that he would be either a dog or a very slight favorite. Turns out me and Adam aren't having that hot of a take. I hadn't looked at this line until this very moment.
I wouldn't overthink the cardio either, because Nikolic has fought in 5-round fights many times. He's carried power into the 4th round multiple times. He's got multiple 4th-round finishes. Yeah, I like Nikolic. I mean, it's too late to give a number on what the prop value is, but I think we both like Nikolic just to win inside the distance, really.
Yeah, the number's not up there. There's no props, so for me, we'll just skip that one. Unfortunately, it's just too early in the week for that one.
BetOnline will offer it, Seth, but it'll be like the day before. They're pretty. All of the sports books are pretty bad on the PFL, but you'll get it like the day before.
Yeah, no, for sure. Then we got Michael Oliveira taking on the Welsh gangster Oban Elliott. I'm not too hyped about this fight for one reason. And that's that. I was expecting to get a better price tag on Michael Oliveira. Minus 330 for this one. It doesn't seem particularly appropriate for me. A lot of people, including Adam, who's about to say this, think that Oban Elliott is trash, think that he didn't really expect him to belong this long inside the UFC. But we both did agree prior to the stream, Michael Oliveira doesn't really have any discerning wins. There's nobody of name value there. There's no evidence to show that he is of the caliber that we can just be, throwing him in parlays, expecting him to find finishes at a UFC level here. So for me, Michael Oliveira at this price tag, I'm not interested on the money line. I am curious to see what his knockout prop is, and potentially maybe even like a 2-3 knockout, although round one's on the cards as well. But he's not an impatient striker. Michael Oliveira doesn't just unload and just look to people to get people out of there. He will be patient. Yeah. He will wait for the finish, and he's just gonna find it. The power is there, and he just lets it come. So, what do you think about that?
That's what's good about Oliveira. Like if you're holding on to I know he's got a lot of round 1 KOs, but these are against guys that just aren't that good. The thing about Michael Oliveira is if you're holding on to a round 1 KO ticket, you might get quite frustrated with him because he probably will hurt Elliott early, but he's not going to chase him. He's going to be very patient in the finishing sequence, and to the point that he might actually spend a couple minutes finishing Elliott, whereas some fighters will just go crazy and then, maybe blow the load or fail a submission Thad Gene style in the first round. Oliveira on his Contender Series fight, he had Valenzuela absolutely dead pretty much for a very long period of time, but he just kind of kept finding his shots. So that's why I do think Oliveira's going to knock out Elliott. As BetSam said for me, I don't think Elliott's that good. I still don't believe he won that fight on the Contender Series. I genuinely thought he was going to go 0-3 in the UFC and get cut. And this is the thing, Elliott, didn't he get hurt by Val?
He got dropped by Val Woodburn.
Val Woodburn hurt him on the feet. Yeah,
he just little muscle nugget. Val Woodburn is like the 170-pound version of a Mark Vologden. Just a little muscle hamster that doesn't belong in that division. Yeah. What have we got here? Which fighter would be grabbing?
Oliveira by KO.
Oliveira by KO. Do you think it by the boxing, or do you think it's going to be like a TKO stoppage?
It'll be with the boxing.
Okay.
It'll be with the boxing.
All right. Okay. I think we can agree with that. Let's have a look. I'm going to guess that the price is going to be like plus 110. What do you think about that?
I'm hoping for like a plus 165, but I don't think they're going to be generous.
Let's both agree that if it's not plus 150 or above, we're not touching it. All right.
I'll be bidding on it myself. Oh my God.
No, you won't be.
Okay, we aren't touching that. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
He's only plus 150 in round one.
Ruined everyone's audio for a second because I was screaming into it. That's horrific.
Yeah, that's not worth touching, in my opinion.
That's terrible. That is really terrible. If nothing makes sense, Oliveira by KO is minus 185, but the under 1.5 is plus 135. Yeah. Oliveira in round 1's plus 150, but the under 1.5 is plus 135. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. The under 1.5 is better than bidding Oliveira round 1 for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just move on. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. Yeah, that's disappointing
for me.
I'm sad about that.
That's unhinged pricing, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously the sports books agreeing with me, saying that Elliott's on his way out. So the thing about me, I like Elliott's personality because he's just so beyond delusional. He's hilarious.
Love how you guys are always talking about grown men finishing each other this week after week. Adam specifically mentioning blowing loads. Thank you for your work, guys. Do you know what I read recently? And I don't know if this is true, but you guys might look into this. Terry Crews has a porn addiction, or at least had a porn addiction that he was open to the world about, right? And apparently, apparently Terry Crews would finish his workouts on like filming for TV shows and stuff by like 11 in the morning, and he would spend the next 13 hours watching pornography. He was like the most notable, like high name value celebrity that was literally addicted to gooning for 12-hour plus shifts. That's just crazy work. Like, I don't know. I read this. Yeah, you'd have to look into it.
I mean, like, I believe, like, I know it is something that people get addicted to, but like, it's it's so bad for your brain as well. Like watching it, like he must be absolutely cooked. Like his like view of woman as well must be like absolutely
I
skewed
always thought
beyond.
it was crazy that he had like giant forearms and stuff like that, but I'm just seeing why he's just stroking the dog, you know what I mean?
The fuck out of his meat, just
Guy's going crazy on there.
milking the lizard.
I've never heard milking the lizard.
I just made it up.
Milking the lizard. Why is it scaly? Why a fucking lizard, bruh?
Have you not heard the term draining the lizard? Is like I'm gonna go drain the lizard as I'm gonna go and have a piss. You know, right there.
Nah. I've heard drain the main vein. That's a classic one, you know.
Drain the main vein.
Drain the main vein? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
Let's move on to the next photo.
Yeah, let me check this dog outside his
Sorry, my sister sent me multiple messages. I think my whole family knows that I got scammed. And
that's all right. It's fair enough. Bring it. Fucking here everywhere. Yeah.
Clean the pipe.
Absolutely covered in dog hair now. All right. Drain the lizard. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Terry's got the fries that'll cross your eyes.
Oi, big donation from Ryan.
Wait, what? Oh, that came up. You said that before it even came up for me. That's crazy. $2 donation from producer Nico. I seriously just can't coom anymore. Is that like a reference that he put it in quotation?
Is that something he said? Like he was gooning so much, his body just stopped. Okay, we'll move on to I think we might move on. Thank you for the donation, though, producer Nico.
It's just Australian $30.99 from our brother Ryan McGregor. Absolutely crushed it for UFC Abu Dhabi. Thanks to Artem and BetSam Picks. If y'all ain't yet subscribed to We Want Picks, get involved. Best value resource in this game. Enjoy some KFC, boys. Like I tell you what, man. Artem,
give me $5 on.
I gave Adam more than a 50% share of the super chats from last stream, right? And this motherfucker didn't even pay for the Streamlabs membership, you know, and I gave him more than a 50% share. So it is what it is. You know, Adam's just greedy Adam. You know, he's buying wicked wings with it. He's buying hot sauce. You know, it is what it is, you know. Thank you for the $30, bro. I appreciate you. I'm actually,
thank you.
I'm gonna buy a 6-pack of KFC wicked wings. And I'm gonna video myself eating, and I'm gonna put it in the Discord for you, bro. Just for you. It's probably gonna take me 2 minutes and 19 seconds to get through 6 wicked wings, I reckon.
I told you to reduce 50. I told you to reduce 50% of the Streamlabs cost of the
just
donut,
lying on stream. You're just lying on stream.
I did. It's on message. I could probably get a screenshot of this, man. Anyways, yeah, he's laughing. He knows. But no. You're
the easiest person to rage bait that I talk to on a
because I can't detect. I actually can't detect sarcasm. Like I actually cannot. So just get me with anything, dude. Like one time I was working at a farm. Like doing like relatively hard work, and it was like 9 in the morning. And like I hadn't worked there for very long, and the boss comes up to me and he's like, "I'm gonna need you to work until 9 or 10 p.m. tonight, Jake." And I was like, "Oh yeah, all good," like. And he like looked at me and he's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. Like I'll just be able to do it. I just might need a break around 6 p.m. or something." And he's like, "Oh, I'm joking." And I was like, "Ah, yeah, I just didn't pick up that he was taking the piss. I just can't detect it. Just cannot detect sarcasm."
No, fair enough. I mean that's okay. We forgive
but
you.
No,
we love you anyway.
There is the gimme 5. The gimme 5 deal BetSam. It's like $12 or $13 for 5 pieces of chicken and a regular fries or something. Pretty good deal. Do you use the KFC app? The KFC.
I don't have the KFC app, brother. I don't have the KFC app.
Dude,
I gotta be honest with you, Adam.
You gotta get the KFC.
I don't really even eat KFC, bro. I'm being 100% honest. Yeah. I love KFC wicked wings. Outside of that, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a Burger Fuel guy. When I get like burgers, I go to Burger Fuel. Burger Fuel's my go-to spot. There's an Indian guy that runs the local Burger Fuel, and he's forever giving me free shit. So I got a home video. He recently got on steroids, and he was really excited to tell me about that. I asked him if he had a wife yet, and he said no, but I just jumped on steroids, so I'm excited about that. I was like, nice, man.
Right.
Autistic Adam, yes, that's what he's saying. $2 super chat from producer Nico. I grew up with Jacob. I can confirm he's into men. I don't think that's a hot take, but thank you for the $2, bro. I appreciate you. Anyway, we're moving on from this
Let's
fight.
move on. Let's move on.
We've got through like 5 fights in the past hour.
We're not on record pace. That's fine. I mean, as long as the viewers aren't too frustrated.
You know what's crazy? I used to watch the Angelo and Jacob streams and think, how on earth did it take them 3 hours to break down a 12-fight card? And yet here we are. We're just doing the good Lord's work.
It's easily done to the
Look, I'll start this one out. Ludovic Klein taking on Tafik Musayev, and I'm going to be 100% on track for this one, guys. Look, I know we just got a super chat from Gucci. We'll get to that at the end of this rant here. You look at the body of work that Ludovic Klein has done in his last 5 years. Smoked AJ Cunningham. And when you fight a guy like AJ Cunningham, you want to beat the shit out of them, and that's what Ludovic Klein did. Thiago Moises, a veteran fight here against him and showed that he had levels above. Smoked Roosevelt Roberts. Lost to Mateusz Gamrot, but when Gamrot fights somebody that's not famous, he looks like he's the greatest fighter in the division. When you get Mateusz Gamrot fighting somebody with no name value, he is going to cook them. Absolutely cook them. Mateusz Rombetsky obviously went out there, had the leg injury. Outside of the leg injury, though, he was dominating this fight. Like, let's call it what it is. He was dominating Mateusz Rombetsky, which is not an easy thing to do. And Ludovic Klein, his takedown defense, when he is healthy and well, stands at about 80% outside of the Gamrot fight. If you put that in a vacuum, it's about an 80% takedown defense. Tafik Musayev is not on the level of a wrestler as Mateusz Gamrot, so I'm not, too worried about his takedowns here. He's 36 years old, almost 37 years old. He is a grappler and striker here, but, I think that the age is on the side of Ludovic Klein here. I think even where it's taking place, you're going to see that Ludovic Klein is going to have more public support here. Everything other than the injury that Ludovic Klein had, which is a major injury, I will, say that. Everything is pointing towards Ludovic Klein here dominating this fight against Tafik Musayev. How do you feel about it, Adam?
I agree, and I've got a pretty hot take in this one. I think that Klein is gonna look to find some success grappling. Now, whether or not that comes from a takedown attempt or a knockdown, or Tafik Musayev attempts to take down and then Klein's grappling with him, I think we're going to see some grappling. I don't think this is going to take entirely on the feet, but on the feet, Klein is a lot more technical than Musayev. Musayev kind of just is like one of those guys that comes over from Ryzen and he's got absolute dynamite in his hands, but he's not super technical. And then I think on top of that, when it comes to Klein, I think that Klein is a underrated grappler. He does have quite a few submissions on that record. Now, admittedly, when you do look at it, it is against some really bad competition, but he's still capable of doing it. He's still capable of finding a submission. He hasn't done it at the UFC level, but I think he could do it. I think he could do it against Tafik Musayev, and I have my little hot take of the weekend maybe is Klein submission.
Klein by sub, eh? Okay, I see you. I would hate to see it, and not because I don't want people to hit a sub prop. No. I'll tell you why. One of my things. One of my things that I get incredibly frustrated about, and I just discussed this with you about Thad Jean, is when you're taking on somebody whose only path to victory is within the grappling realm, and you're the better, superior striker. I would prefer that you stay within your realm here. So for me, I'd like a Ludovic Klein to stay within his wheelhouse.
But he might, with the ankle injury, he might try and not have that much stress on his ankle anymore. I don't know. He might not throw many kicks. I don't know. We just don't know.
That's true. That is true.
That is the concern.
The bookmakers in this one are expecting Ludovic Klein to win by decision. They've got it plus 135 here. You've got Ludovic Klein sitting at plus 700. Not as crazy as a price as I thought this might be. I
was hoping for plus 1,000, man.
And I think when it comes out on BetSam, you're probably going to get plus 1,000. I think plus 700 is kind of implying that it has decent probability.
I'm willing to put it on the board under my name because I will bet it myself.
At plus 700, you would?
Yeah, I'll just put it on the board just so that people know that's something that I'm interested in.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I can put it under my name.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a Klein 2-3 KO plus 1,000 and plus 1,250. Yeah,
nice. I like that too, actually.
And I'll probably even
Klein
2-3 KO.
Right. And that's what plus
1,000 for 2, plus 1,250 for round 3.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Ludovic Klein KO is plus 350, but I prefer the 2-3 there. I prefer the 2-3.
I don't. Pretty good. It's not going to happen in the first round, I don't think. We can kind of both agree that it's not going to happen in round 1.
It could because he's almost 37 years old, and I'm talking about Tafiq there. And when fighters get old like that, they can just get chinned. But I don't think it's likely. Otherwise, I wouldn't have attacked that 2-3 angle there. But yeah, both high confidence there in Klein.
I think these are big sins, like plus 700, plus 1,000, plus 1250. Like these aren't bets that you put a lot of your money on. Like these are just pretty good. Like pretty good. We sins, I think.
Charlie Kombat is Klein high confidence. I do have him as a high confident pick. One of my high.
I think he's medium for me.
Top 3 picks for me. If it wasn't for the ankle injury, he would be my number 1 pick. The ankle injury does scare me slightly, but only slightly. This prop show is a fever dream every time I watch. You know what? If you need to lock in and you're feeling a little bit distracted, I would highly recommend eating an orange with the skin on. Nothing more refreshing, nothing better to revitalize yourself.
Live on stream too, you know, like didn't even wait until after the stream to get that orange. I just had to do it on camera.
Covered in orange juice, like it's actually covered in OJ.
Just greedy, I didn't watch GFN 1 today. I only watch MMA, but I did see that. I think all the Israelis won, so shout out to them.
What is GFN?
It was like an Israel versus the world sort of fight night in Tel Aviv, yeah.
Like mixed martial arts?
I'm being serious. Like yeah. Like a Muay Thai, MMA, sort of boxing, all over, and it was in Israel. Yeah.
I'm going to address this comment here, Adam. Is we don't rate Musayev's win against Bahamondes. Number 1, he cheated multiple times to get himself back into that fight. It was kind of crazy that they just let blatant cheating, really dictate what happened in that fight. Also, Bahamondes is a bit of a frame merchant. If you're 6'3" at lightweight, you are undersized as far as like strength and power. And that makes sense. 6'3" at lightweight, you can't possibly have enough muscle to stop like a competent grappler. Like if you're fighting anybody that has like decently good grappling, it's pretty much impossible to stop them from taking you down and keeping you down at that weight and that size. And that stands to all divisions as well. Remember when we had Jose Johnson fight Asu Almabayev, 6 foot tall down at flyweight, and he actually made the fucking weight, which was crazy work. But Asu Almabayev just kept dragging his ass down, just kept taking him down, because you can't possibly have muscle mass that's going to stop somebody that's the right frame for the division. And that's actually, it's not quite the same, but I think Ian Gary against Islam Makhachev, you're going to see that Makhachev looks like he's a gorilla once he gets his hands a hold of Ian Gary. I think he's going to just – you thought it was bad with JDM. I think JDM is stronger than Ian Gary. So once we see Islam Makhachev down there, Ian Gary's got a long neck, and he's an absolute fucking cucklord. But anyway, let's move on here. Speaking of cucks, we got a French
Islam. I actually probably give a better chance to Gary than maybe anyone else in the division, though. To be honest, but he
does have all aspects of mixed martial arts. He's got submission threat, he's got good range, and all the rest of it. But I just don't think he can hide from Islam for long enough to land a KO blow. That's where it's a 5-round fight. All the rest of it. What do we got? Anyway, Noah Gugnon here, Milos Janicic. I got to say, Adam, me and Adam were doing tape study on this, and I thought...
Dude, we were onto this shit, man. We were onto this. Have you seen the odds now?
I thought we were going to be on an island here. I thought we were going to be the only cappers out there. Like, this is before anybody had dropped the video. Me and Adam were just late night in a call together doing tape on this, and we thought, you know what, that Milos Janicic guy, quite hittable. Like, this dude has a good jab, but he's very hittable, and he doesn't react well to strikes. And so we were like, okay, Noah Gugnon here, powerful, shredded dude, good fight finisher, very powerful for this frame. 155 pounds, 5'10", 68-inch reach here. I like this dude's frame. Like I think we might have even discussed this, that 5'10", 5'9", 5'11" is like
I think you did, yeah.
So we had a good conversation about like frames and all the rest of it. And Milos Janicic here at 6 foot, I don't think he's going to be able to deal with the power of Noah Gugnon if he lands. Now, I do say if he lands because there is a world where I can see Milos Janicic landing with the jab, and eventually busting up Noah Gugnon. The dude has won 19 of his 22 fights. Like, he's not a bum by any means. 5 of his last 5, decently good fighter, but to be the favorite that he was, and we had Noah Gugnon as a pretty big underdog. In fact, I believe he opened on the sportsbooks at plus 375.
Plus 375.
Well, now we didn't get a hold of that, but I did manage to get onto
No.
Noah Gugnon at plus 135. I want to believe it was
Yeah,
something
I
like
don't
that.
think it would have lasted long, or even if someone has a plus 375 Noah Gugnon
Send it
ticket,
through.
that is
Yeah.
probably the best bet you'll ever place. Unreal. But no, that's pretty much how it went. Like, I think we're calling about something, and then I think we're testing a stream, and then I was like, "Oh, dude, you want to do some Serbia, do some Serbia tape study?" And I kind of talked about this fight because I was like, "I've done some tape study, and I like Gugnon as what I think is going to be an underdog."
I played 4 fights before this. At every fight, he goes, "No. Let's study Janicic and Gugnon. Let's study this fight." No, and then it was Seppo as well. You're like, "Can we watch Seppo?"
Yeah.
He was
Something like that. Yeah, but I was bricked up about this fight, guys. Like, this is going to be fight of the night potentially. This is unless Seppo and Urbina manage to kind of last longer than 2 minutes, but this is a really good fight. This is great, you know. But yeah, I did my tape study on this. Noah Gugnon just looks like the better fighter. And then if you look at Tapology, it's like 90% Janicic, 10% Gugnon. Gugnon opens as an underdog. He's a favorite now. I bet on Gugnon yesterday at plus 120, so 2.2. Gugnon is now the favorite on Betcha, like minus 150. I think like people have just been slamming Gugnon's money line at the underdog odds to the point which completely has flipped.
Important to note as well, which might have gone over you guys' heads. You know, we say that 90% Tapology picking Janicic and the line is still moving. What that indicates is it's not people like the average person. It's the sharps. It's the people with big bankrolls. They're putting heavy cash on Nogueon. We're talking about,
like,
15 different accounts, $20,000 slips. We're talking about millions of dollars that have shifted the line from individuals. A lot of money is coming on Gugnon.
Yeah.
And I get it. I think at the price that it was at, pretty wide. So I get it.
Yeah. I also think as well, like, no disrespect to the average Tapology voter, but I think a lot of people on Tapology don't do what we're doing and look into the fights that much. So they see 19-3 record, 19 finishes versus 9-2. Okay, I'll go with the 19-3 guy. You mean, like, kind of a logical thing to do. It does kind of make sense to do.
And taller, longer reach. You're like, oh yeah. I think
it's kind of one of those things where I think everyone that's done tape study on this fight has ended up picking Gugnon. You know, Angelo's picking Gugnon. I don't know what the other guys are doing. Yeah. Yeah, but like, I think it is genuinely a case of everyone that's actually looked into the fight is picking Gugnon to win the fight. Yeah. But to be fair to Janicic just fights in everything. He loves it. He just loves to fight. He loves to throw down.
And he's a decently good.
He's
fighter.
good. Janicic's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not picking against Janicic because I think he's bad. I'm just picking Gugnon because I think he's better and I think he's more well-rounded. And I think that's a very important part of this sort of situation here.
BetSam streaming full card or just main card? Is this like a 3 a.m. start for you? I'm going to say this, there are probably some exceptions to this. I will not be getting up at 3 a.m. for just about any card, unless it was like
I
UFC
won't be streaming
for this card. Guys, the fights are just not worth me getting out of bed at 3 a.m. I am going to get out of bed for the main card, which starts at 6 a.m. I'm not even sure if I'm going to stream it yet, just because, I had a phenomenal stream on the weekend just been, but even getting up at 4 a.m. For me completely wrecked me. Took me out for a day. It's rough. I'm in my 30s now. I'm not 19 years old or early 20s just getting up at 1 a.m. I have a sleep schedule and I pretty much keep to it. So for me, if I'm going to get up for this, I would prefer if a card ended at 3 a.m. than started at 3 a.m. I could stay up and then sleep, throughout the morning. But for me, getting up at 3 a.m., it's not going to happen. And there are very few cards that are going to make me get up at that time. And that last card just confirmed it. Phenomenal stream. Bets went incredible. Still probably won't be getting up at 4 a.m. for future cards. I will get up for the 6 a.m. I might stream the main card. If Jacob isn't streaming and Adam's not streaming, then I will be. Because I can't have We Want Picks not being represented out there. So if the boys aren't streaming, I will be. But I will not be streaming the undercard.
Yeah. I probably will wake up at like 4:30, 5 a.m. I think, because I'm still gonna I'm gonna be like I'm not gonna be home. I'm gonna be at my dad's place. I'm gonna have to drive pretty far. home after, so I don't want to be too tired because it's a pretty long drive. So for me, I also probably won't watch the whole thing live. It is what it is. You can catch the replay pretty quickly. But yeah, what are we thinking about props for this one? Because I don't think it's lasting long. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna
Noah
Gugnon
by KO is probably what I'm leaning towards.
Okay.
Money just came in on the Dennis Versucha under there. Interesting. The line just moved.
Damn.
Where are we? Gilbert Urbina? No, are these out of order? They must be out of order.
Yeah. It's down a bit. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, we've got a round line lean of 1.5 here. Noah Gugnon money line right now at -117.
I love the under 1.5 at that price. I'm surprised.
At +105?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be minus money.
I reckon, right, let's go crazy. I reckon we go Noah Gugnon round 1, +350. He's won like his last 3 fights in round 1.
Yeah. I'm writing the under 1.5 down anyway.
Okay.
And round 1, +350.
+350, yeah.
Why is it +350? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. If you want to go to...
He could get us up. He could get us up, so...
Well, Noah Gugnon round 1 KO is +550.
+350 covers both. I do think there is a real chance of a submission, so... Yeah.
Fighter wins inside the distance, Noah Gugnon +175. I feel like I like that more than the under, to be honest.
I like that too.
Let's take
Gugnon KO sub
+175.
Yeah, I like that more than the under too because it covers around. Yeah, because that's the thing as well. Janukic could be tough. Janukic could be tougher than we think, and he might last into the second round, or the third.
Yeah.
Even.
I mean, he might win. That's the other side of the thing. He could win. He's not,
He did open -500, man. Whoever opened up the odds saw something that we didn't, but yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of seeing something that we didn't.
Oh my god.
I started listening to Angelo's breakdown for this week just today. And I started listening to this, and Vlasto Seppo, he said this is a reskinned Andre Petrosky with tattoos. And I like Angelo's humor, but I did not see that whatsoever. I was like, nothing about this dude gave me Andre Petrosky's vibes. Not the way he fights, not the way he looks.
Look at his traps.
It's huge. It's monstrous, absolutely monstrous. Vlasto Seppo fights exactly like he looks. Like, this dude fights like you owe him money, and he's going to get it from you. Like, he doesn't look like he hesitates. He fights with intensity. He throws hammers. He crashes into people and then will just hold them and will crash against the fence just to get a breather, just to take another minute, suck some air in, and then go again. Vlasto Seppo here, it's going to be round 1 KO specifically for me. I don't think he's going to find a submission here, and I don't think he's even going to look for one. Even if Gilbert Urbina gives up his neck, Vlasto Seppo is going to be too busy seeing red and just crushing this dude to notice that there's a neck there to take. I think it's Vlasto Seppo around 1 KO. I think we're in agreement with that.
I agree.
If you got anything to add,
out there in the world, though, I very heavily considered picking Gilbert Urbina to win this fight. In fact, my initial read was to pick Urbina.
I've got a DM from you saying you're going to, and then you withdrew it.
I tweeted that I was going to pick Gilbert Urbina to win the fight. It was all but locked in, and then I just kind of thought about it, and I was like, can I trust someone with no chin, no striking defense, no cardio, and no
coming
fight
up a division?
IQ?
Coming up a division.
Upper division, yeah. I mean, that might not be a bad thing for him, but the main thing is the fight IQ in this fight is going to be crucial for Gilbert Urbina to have any chance of winning. Because I don't know if you agree. I don't know how many of Seppo's losses you watched. I truly believe that Seppo is the worst grappler in the UFC, regardless of gender, regardless of weight class. I do not think this guy knows how to do anything. You take him down and he's just slobbing around on the mat. Like, he doesn't know how to get up. He doesn't know how to move to the cage. He doesn't know how to, the risky sort of get up where you got to give up your back and stand up. He doesn't know how to do that. He just lays there on his side. He's just Just clueless.
I mean, worse than the
Just
UFC might be a stretch.
No, I don't think so.
None of these guys that come from that octagon background really show any grappling prowess from what I've seen. I mean, obviously there's that dude that, what do they call him? The Neanderthal or whatever that's over there, and he grapples people, but even he's not that good. I mean, people call him
he kind of sucks.
Yeah, Frederick something or whatever. If he comes to UFC, he's getting mauled and getting his face smashed in. We've got a member here, new lifetime member here. Thanks for another great week. Thank you for signing up for lifetime, man. There were a bunch of you guys. I wish that more of you would come forward and say, hey, I'm a lifetime member.
Yeah, because I don't know who it is. Like, people sign up to me, people sign up to BetSam with the, there's the thing. I don't know who's used my coupon because obviously, for like security and privacy reasons, I don't have your access to who it actually is. So, yeah, so thank you everyone who does that because, by this point, we've been with We Want Picks for a couple years now or so. I've been with We Want Picks for forever. So, there's quite a few people now that have been
Charlie Kombat says, I am a lifetime member, use code BetSam. And you couldn't even sit through me eating an orange, You signed up for a lifetime. You couldn't make it through 2.5 minutes of me chomping on an orange, To be honest, Adam, I thought that would take way less time, but that orange was enormous. I don't know if you saw how big that thing was. I was eating it. I was eating it with 100% intensity, and it still took a long time. I was a man of focus with that orange.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Full this is some pretty true advice. If you're gonna bet on Seppo, don't bet on the money line. This guy is not going to win the fight by decision. If Seppo wins by decision, I don't know what I'll do. I'll put it out there. If Seppo wins by decision, I'll shave my head and my beard, and I'll just be bald on board. I'll be bald.
Why did you bring up shaving your head like there was anything to do there? Like that?
Because I'll do them both at the same time.
You're I will shave my head. People are like, okay.
But the beard as well, and I'll be bald on board. I'll look horrific. But what is Seppo round 1 KO? And then maybe an Urbina submission could be kind of funny to play. That oh god, do you really want to put your money on Gilbert Urbina?
Here at the money line, you can see that Seppo opened at minus 275. Is now he got bet down to minus 400, and then he's here at minus 350. I think that minus 350 is okay. I think if you got on here at minus 300, that's a better line. Again, though, the money lines, I don't think it's worth throwing him in a long parlay with his money line here or his KO line throwing into a long parlay. I think you could just play it as a single and then just see how it goes. And as you can see, the under is pretty fucking juiced, and it makes sense. It's minus 300.
Minus 300?
Minus 300. His KO line is minus 210.
That's funny.
Him in round 1 is minus 180.
What are we doing? It's how he wins.
To win by KO, minus 160.
Okay, they don't want you to have any fun. They don't want us to have any fun, BetSam.
Bro, hear me out.
They're actually pricing us out of having fun.
Right, hear me out. What about a Gilbert Urbina round 2 plus 1200?
Yeah.
What about Gilbert Urbina round 2
submission
plus 1800? Just death gases and he subs him.
No, but here's the thing, BetSam. Seppo gases in a minute. This is how. No. This is what's going to happen. The fight's going to start, and Seppo's going to I'm not even kidding. This is exactly how the fight's going to play out. Seppo,
don't panic. He's here to take you back.
Oh my god, he's back. No way. I don't know if he was there from the start of the stream, but I actually got scammed by a Saudi friends. I actually got scammed by someone in Saudi Arabia. That's so funny.
Sajid's panicked. He's
panicked. I was the reason why we were late to start the stream was I was on the phone with my bank, sorting this out. They were canceling my card. They were going through all of my OnlyFans subscriptions. They're like, is this you? Is this you? Is this you? And I was like, yeah, no, that's me.
Real talk.
They were also talking to me. They were also like, have you been?
OnlyFans? I used to be real. No.
No,
not now that my card's been cancelled. No,
I actually never have. But the funny thing is as well, they're like, you've got a lot of deposits to bet you, and I was like, yeah, no, they're me as well.
You're like, those are all scams. Refund them all.
Yeah. Yes,
not the money coming back, but all the deposits.
Bring it back. But no, in all seriousness, that sucks, BetSam. Because I was going to say, if you want to have fun, Because I know some people do the sports bet to have fun, you know, just a couple dollars here, you know, $1.50 on this, $1.50 on that. Seppo round 1 KO would have been just a fun bet to play. But sorry, the way I was going was, how was the fight going to play out? The fight's going to start. Vlasto Seppo is going to run into the middle of the cage. He might even sprint into the middle of the cage. He needs to get into the pocket. And he's just going to throw hooks like this. Like, no technique, just... And then he's going to gas out in a minute doing so. He's going to clinch Urbina up against the cage. Take a breath, and then he's going to break, and then he's going to do it again, and he's going to break, and he's just going to keep doing it until Urbina is either out cold, or he's death gassed, or somehow Urbina's taking him down and is beating the piss out of him on the ground.
I tell you a way we can play this, Adam. I just thought about it, and I'm like, this is actually a way that we can play this, right? And I don't know that is it on here or not. And no,
see, here's the thing, Jerk Boy KC.
Oh, wait. Listen.
Tell me that they hold on. No. This is more important.
Tell me
that they get their.
It's not more important. Listen, this is about. I'm locked in here for a second. Our sportsbook has this, and other sportsbook have this. This is a great fight to play. Fight ends in 60 seconds, or like under 60 seconds, or the last minute of the round, because it's very likely that into the last.
Wait, can we do that on BetSam? Last minute of the round. How do you?
Not in ours, but in other sportsbooks they have fight ends in. No, they have fight ends in the last 10 seconds or whatever. It's like huge money. They have fight ends in the last 10 seconds of the round. Dang, this is one of those fights. It could end at any second of the fight, including the first second to the last 10 seconds of each round. I love that Vlasto Seppo under 60 seconds. It's so funny. Or even Urbina. Remember, Urbina dropped. Don't forget, Urbina dropped Medic in 20 seconds. My boy Punahele Soriano. This is before me and Adam were really DMing that much. I picked Punahele Soriano to beat Uros Medic as the underdog opportunity. I made this video of him, and then I said that he was going to win by finish, and he went out there and knocked Uros Medic out in like 60 seconds or something.
31 seconds.
That's got to be one of my greatest underdog calls.
It's probably one of the better ones, to be fair. Fucking pillow hands, Punahele, of course. Yeah, I agree with the under 60 seconds. I do. Do we want to lock in like a Urbina sub or something? Like, what are we gonna do?
Shave your eyebrows if Seppo wins a decision. Then you and Jacob can match. What did we say? Eyebrows on that one?
I can't. I can't. No, I'm gonna do beard. I'm saying beard because then I'm bald on top and bottom. Like, it would take something unbelievable.
What about a double slit in the eyebrow?
Oh, we do a slash.
I'll match you with double slash if he wins.
I can't commit to these things because I'm doing like job interviews and stuff. Like, I'm trying to apply for like
civil engineering with double slits. You look like a gangster, bro.
Oh my!
You look if you make it look clean, you get a barber. You get a barber to do it. You don't do it yourself. You get a barber to line it up. You know.
Oh, I can't commit to that. I'll do the bald beard, bald head. I ain't committing to that.
I think you're already going to do the bald beard, bald head for the Chris Luxembourg competition, mate.
Yeah, that would have been funny. No, I didn't actually show up. I should have.
Yeah. We need to make $600 as a charity for the Artem Anti-Scammer Fund. No, Artem would have got the money still in his account. They just tried.
No. I didn't lose. They tried to take $600, but I didn't have $600 on the card, thank God. But also the bank did stop it too. So
yeah, they'll reverse the transaction on most of these sort of things and all the rest of it. Kai Kara France beating Pantoja was the best. Oh, bro, this guy, he's an actual fan of me. He knows that I picked. Do you know what I'm going to be honest with this, right? And I've never done it against since. I've never done this against since. I fucking knew he was going to lose as well. I just did it because he was like my countryman, and I've never done it against since. Every time Dan Hooker fights, I tell everybody to throw their money out. I think it was $3,500 New Zealand dollars on Arman Sarukian to beat Dan Hooker. And then I put money on him to sub him. I put money on him to beat him in the round. I nailed every single bet that I put on there. Right, Dan Hooker's been making me stacks, you know?
And we do the same thing on Panase round 2 KO. We'll talk about that when the time comes.
BetSam is trying to get you blacklisted from life. That's accurate. Once I move into my garage, guys, it's going to be a lot easier for me to persuade him to do ridiculous things. So that's where we're going to go with that.
Are we going to lock in a Gilbert Urbina sub? Like, do we want to chuck it out there into the world? I kind of do. I think there's a chance it could happen in round 1 too.
It's only plus 500 though if you play it.
What is just Gilbert Urbina wins inside the distance? In all seriousness, like what is just that?
It'll be like his money line. Vitamins and plus 350.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's not the best. What about what is over 1.5 plus 245? Hear me out on a scenario, right? Listen to this, right?
Seppo Gas.
What if
Urbina's
What if
got
Gilbert?
no kid.
What if you haven't seen him fight at 185?
I'm listening.
You haven't
I'm
seen
listening.
him fight. You haven't seen him fight at 185. You know. What if at 85 he's got a chin? You know. What if he's just too fast? What if he's too fast and able to get out of the way of Vlasto Seppo?
Here's the thing about Seppo, guys. Like, we're talking about him like he's a killer. He's not that good. He's not that good.
I mean, I wouldn't fight this guy. He's probably.
I wouldn't fight him. Holy shit! Oh fuck no! You couldn't pay me enough to sit.
I would probably have my jaw wired shut if I fought this dude. To be honest with you.
No, you couldn't pay me to. I mean,
there are fat heavyweights I've said I'll fight. I'm not fighting fucking Vlasto Seppo. You know what I mean?
I ain't fighting Vlasto Seppo either. but what if Urbina knows that Seppo's going to do that to him and he's just going to wrestle him and he somehow he doesn't finish?
What if he ducks underneath a big overhand, just takes him down, rides out the first round, does it again in the second round? You know?
Yeah. Let's throw the over 1.5. I the plus 240, and then it covers a Seppo late finish. It covers a Seppo decision. Yeah, why not? You know, everyone's
over 245. Let's do it. Let's do it. 3.45.
Hilarious prop. Though I actually will. I'll bet it too, because it's either that or Seppo KO round 1 minus 160. Like, what are they supposed to? Like, this is disgusting.
That's $1.60 something, by the way. That's mid.
That's
beyond mid.
Horrific. Yeah.
That's egregious behavior.
Yeah. It's just nasty.
Urbina just flew out today. I saw on X. I mean, that's okay. That still gives him 4 or 5 days to acclimate.
It's not an elevation or anything either.
It's not crazy. I think that what's crazy is Waldo Cortez Acosta flying out and landing with less than 24 hours, like cutting weight in like a sauna or something to make 265 pounds, and then beating the GOAT, Shamil Gaziev, by knockout. That was crazy news to me, brother. I was I was well impressed with Waldo for that one. That was, it burned me because I put money on Shamil knowing the circumstances of the fight. But yeah, that was a crazy one. All right, moving on to the next fight, guys. We're moving on to
these are your boys.
Dusko Todorovic versus Robert Valentin. I am going to say one thing about both of these individuals, and I know that it's kind of mine and Adam's job to sit here and shit on these fighters that have like bad records and all the rest of it. I will not shit on Dusko Todorovic, man. Like, Dusko Todorovic, no matter how many times like you try to count him out or whatever, he's still around. He's still kicking, and he's still in the UFC. And he turns up and takes his beatings every time the UFC calls. Like, Dusko Todorovic isn't a guy that just like crumbles out of fear against anybody. He tries to win these fights. He just doesn't have it in him. Like,
he's got no chin, but he's been fighting guys with power. It's actually
this fight against Jordan Wright a few years ago. Jordan Wright was beating the piss out of him in the first round. Jordan Wright was beating the fucking piss out of Dusko Todorovic. And then Jordan Wright goes to his corner, and I believe he's like a Dutch trainer or whatever. But Jordan Wright's trainer was like, "Okay, breathe," and then Jordan Wright was like this, Adam. He's like on the stool, and his trainer's like, "Yeah, just exhale," like, and he's just trying to get him to calm down. And the dude's and he just didn't recover in between rounds. Like, he was beating the shit out of I've honestly got like a space out head from fucking breathing that heavy. But Dusko Todorovic he just stayed in his corner and was like, "I'm chill." And when he saw the other guy sitting across from him was just fucking death gas, he's like, "All right, let's show up." Came out immediately, started beating the shit out of him. And Dominic Cruz, in typical Dominic Cruz fashion, was like, "That's exactly how you treat somebody that looks dead on the stool. You go out there and you bring the fight to them." And that's what happens. You bring the fight to these guys that show that they look tired, unprofessional. They get their ass whooped, And so that's what Dusko did. He came out there, he whooped that boy. And Dusko Todorovic, if you're below him, like if you're a level below Dusko Todorovic, he looks like a fucking will beater. Like, he absolutely looks like a will beater. If you're just showing like,
because he can wrestle too.
He can wrestle. He can do a lot of things. One thing I will say, though, he's 32 years old. I said this in my breakdown. I think that Dusko Todorovic is actually out of his physical fighting prime. I think that he is on the decline. Some of these guys, they peak early and then they decline early. I think Dusko Todorovic was actually at his best 6 or 7 years ago, 6, 7, prior to the UFC. And since he's come into the UFC, he's slowly and gradually been getting worse and getting less patient. He tries to end fights immediately inside of the UFC. Now he's taking on Robert Valentin, coming off of his UFC win. He's still back in there. I think Robert Valentin, he was my underdog opportunity against Julian LeBlanc. I said you can't just pick a regional fighter because they're fighting at home. Julian LeBlanc was cheeks. And that's why tape study is important.
Yeah, he was dog shit. Just so dog shit.
And Rob Valentin treated him like he had never fought in his life. He kicked his leg out. He dragged him down. He submitted him and then cried all over the microphone. Robert Valentin, in this fight, I'm picking him to win. It's not with crazy high confidence. I just like what I've seen from him more. I think that he's going to be more motivated than ever here. For Dusko Todorovic, I think he's fighting in front of his home crowd. But Dusko Todorovic as well, man, he is a guy that parties. You might not think it looking at him. This dude drinks a fuck ton of alcohol. He's partied a lot in his life. He's a fun guy. And when you're a fun dude like that, as you get to the tail end of your career, man, you just start to decline. So Dusko Todorovic, I don't think he's going to show up, think that this is Serbia, and he's going to be like, I'm fighting the greatest fight of my life here. I think that Robert Valentin's probably going to beat him here. What do you think, Adam?
Casey Krako's got a good point. Is the Urbina money line just better bet than the over 1.5? Maybe, to be fair. That's actually a pretty good take. But I will say this, Casey. Imagine this. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. You're about to watch what could be one of the most violent fights ever. And you've got an over 1.5. Would you rather enjoy the fight and watch someone potentially get absolutely slimed out, or sweat the fuck out of the fight for 7.5 minutes and praying that Blasto Seppo doesn't land one of those hooks, or praying that Gilbert Urbina doesn't take him down and rain hell on ground and pound with grapple leg? I mean,
Atiba Garcia
over 1. It sounds like a great idea to me. 5 a.m. sweating the fuck out of the over 1.5 on a fight that's pretty guaranteed to end in the first round.
I bet Atiba Garcia round 2 to start against what's his name, the dude that just got slimed out by our boy Nursultan Ruzaboyev. But there was a premium pick of mine, and people were giving me shit over it, but it was like plus 200 or something like that. And I was like, hey, you watch Atiba Garcia, he's patient, right? Atiba Garcia
just runs. He's a runner. And he's a track star.
And the fight just played out to a full decision. So that was honestly an elite pick. But let's move on from this one. Props.
I would say Valentin. I'm thinking Valentin sub. Like, what do you think? I know he subbed LeBlanc, so maybe they're not going to give us a good price on that. But I'm thinking Valentin sub. He's way better grappler than striker. He's a horrific
plus 225. What's fight to end by submission? Either fighter by submission plus 150. I'd take that. Yeah, I'd take that. Either fighter by sub plus 150.
I don't know about that.
You look disgusted.
Disco's got. Disco sub. Okay, I mean, we can take it. I just would rather bet the Valentin sub. We can do that.
I think I prefer to take the either fighter by sub. Yeah, plus 150.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Valentin round 1 sub? Well, what is Valentin round 1 to win in round 1 as well, just in general?
Valentin round 1 sub is plus 525. Valentin round 1 is only plus 200. Wow. I'm down with a round 1 submission as well at plus 525. I'm down with that.
He could knock him out in the first, though. That's kind of the thing. Like,
he's a pretty wily fella,
Yeah. What is the round 1 just to win again? Sorry.
Round 1 is plus 200.
Brother.
What's that, brother? Dusko has never been subbed. That doesn't really mean anything, and I'll show you exactly why.
I don't think it means much either.
It's very important when people say things like that. They're like, against who though?
Isn't really fought anyone that's going to try and sub him though.
You look at his UFC run.
Hello, Hans Punahele ain't subbing anyone.
Daquan Townsend. Does Daquan Townsend sound like a guy that's absolutely dominating in a BJJ tournament? No, it does not. Punahele Soriano, no. Honestly, Puna's grappling has come a long way since back in 2021.
But he's just a high school wrestler. He's nothing really.
Gregory Rodriguez was beating the piss out of him, so didn't really need to go to the sub route there. Maki Pitolo, obviously a striker, and that ended in a minute. Chidi Njukwani knocked him out in a minute. Jordan Wright was a kickboxer. Christian Leroy Duncan, he blew his knee out in this fight here. Mansour Abdul Malik knocked him out in a couple of minutes. Zach Reese is just dog shit. And Jose Medina isn't a real UFC fighter. Zach Reese is just not good. Like, I think it's time to
No.
say it. Zach Reese is just not good at anything. You know?
No. I would like to thank Zach Reese for his services, for letting me bet on Ryan Gandra round 1 KO at the odds I got them on. So thank you for having no chin, Zach Reese. I appreciate that.
Bet on the Ryan. That was an official play we put out, Adam. That was.
Oh, was it?
Kombat
We both
Kiwi
did
play.
it. Amazing.
That was a Kombat Kiwi play we put out, brother.
Oh,
that Ryan Gandra.
Fuck, we're good at this. So round 1 sub, do you think Valentin plus 525?
Yeah, I think let's fucking send it. You know, let's do it, bro.
Okay.
I think Dusko Todorovic is going to go crazy, and it's either going to pay off for him or it's not. I think he's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
You know?
He could get slimed out, though. That's what I want. I just worry about him getting slimed out.
Dusko Todorovic is going to be more interested in the after party of this fight than he is in winning it. I am telling you guys right now. He's going to be more interested in getting fucking loaded after this fight than he is actually doing the fight. But yeah, we're going to take that. We must be getting close to the top here.
Yeah.
Marcin Tybura and Alexander Rakic.
I'm going to throw out a spicy one to you, BetSam. What do you think of
Rakic
has not knocked someone out in 7 years? I think he might do it.
He's definitely knocking him out. That's not spicy.
I think it's doing it in the first.
Have you seen his KO line? We don't have to go to the first. His KO line's good. It's good. No, it's good.
Ooh, is it?
Look, it's actually good. This is. I've been waiting to tell you this. Look at this. Look.
Wait,
Rakic by KO plus 135. It's good. I'm happy with it.
Okay. Okay. Well, fuck this.
Look,
skip this discussion. Let's just.
You guys might be like plus 135. That's crazy. That's not good. Or the rest of it because he's a decision match.
He ain't gonna win by decision.
That is good. Now Rakic KO at plus 135. That's 2.35 for my New Zealand homies. I think that's good. I'm happy with that. The only concern, only small concern there, is that Rakic has looked like a little BJJ guy since he's gone up there. Like physically looks like a little BJJ guy. I'm not saying he's been doing it. But
what about the round 1 KO? I would like to throw
plus
that
325. It's plus 325.
Oh,
wait. Fighter wins inside the distance is plus 125. That's definitely better than putting the KO.
Way better. Way better. Way better. Because the sub, I mean, like, do I think Rakic is going to sub him? No, but yeah, you want to cover that.
Yeah, sure. Plus 125 there.
Yeah. What's just Rakic wins in round 1? Maybe then is that like plus 200?
Rakic round 1 plus 285. You want to take that as well?
Yep. Oh, I love everything about this.
Yeah.
Dude, because he's home country, first time up at a new weight class.
Bro, I think when Marcin Tybura feels what an Alexander Rakic at heavyweight low kick feels like, I think he's going to want to pack his bags and get the fuck out of there.
Good, man. You know? I like covering the sub too, because the round 1 and the KO sub covers the sub. Do I think Rakic is going to sub him? No, but he's going to be so much more athletic, so a submission becomes a bit more likely. I feel like he might just like pull in like a leg kick into guillotine type stuff. I don't know. Never know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we get to go to you. Yeah, we skipped over that one pretty quick, but everyone's really on Rakic. If you're on Tybura,
actually, I will just quickly give this a breakdown here because you know some of the people might not have watched your or my breakdown. They might have just watched this stream, so I will quickly give this one. Alexander Rakic here. Look, me and Adam were sitting here watching this fight together. We did a lot of tape study recently together, and or was it with you? Or maybe I didn't watch this with you.
No,
Rakic.
No,
it was with another one of my friends. Alexander Rakic was his fight versus Yuri Prochazka. He was absolutely cooking Yuri Prochazka on both of his legs there.
That was a great fight.
Early in that fight, he was slamming beautiful low kicks. Like if you're a Muay Thai coach and you're watching 205-pound Alexander Rakic landing those low kicks on Yuri Prochazka, you're pretty much ejaculating at the thought of it. Like he was slamming the low kicks into there. And then when Yuri would try to adjust, he would chop his lead leg as well. So Alexander Rakic is capable of landing low kicks on both legs. So if Marcin Tybura switches stance, that's not actually going to save him. Marcin Tybura is a big body. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if Marcin gets on top of him, it could get ugly, it could get sticky. But Alexander Rakic's footwork, paired with his low kicks, paired with his striking and his counter striking, and his decision-making in the striking, it's all better than anything I've seen from Marcin Tybura. And the beautiful thing about the 4-fight losing streak from Alexander Rakic is that not a single one of those losses came by way of a takedown or by a lack of takedown defense. So there's no evidence to say, oh, Alexander Rakic has got terrible takedown defense and Marcin Tybura is going to be able to do that. No, and Marcin Tybura is 41 years old, guys, here. And he didn't look good in his last fight. He didn't look good in the one before that. So I'm taking Alexander Rakic here. I think Marcin Tybura retires here. I think he's going to be happy to be able to do it over in Europe, at least with some fans there and all the rest of it. He'll have a lot of guys that'll shout him a beer, and they'll be happy to, talk to him in his own native language. There'll be a lot of Polish people there in the stands there, because if you're from Poland, it's pretty close, like as far as it's on the same land mass, you're able to get there. The transport costs wouldn't be terrible, and you'll be able to get some boys together and go on a little trip there and enjoy the UFC down there in Serbia. So I think you're going to see Marcin Tybura retire here. And I think Alexander Rakic, I'm going to take one step forward here and say, I think Rakic can not necessarily be a top 5 guy, but I think he can go on a winning streak here at heavyweight. I think he can beat a lot of these unranked heavyweights. That's my breakdown. What do you think, Adam?
I agree.
Yeah, he wasn't listening. The dude is fucking off in no man's land here.
Someone commented about the UFC website being wrong regarding the Slicker fight. Lil Barger, use Tapology, man. The UFC website's
it's so sad because the UFC website's so much prettier than the Tapology website, but they're just so slow at updating it. They're just so slow at updating it. Myself and Adam, I think we would both agree we'd love to use the official UFC website for our videos and all the rest.
I disagree.
It's a pretty format. But it's so bad at how they update it. That's the problem. And they don't even bother to put pictures up for people, even though they take pictures into media. Terrible. They'll leave a black silhouette for people, even though they've clearly got media pictures. Like it's lazy is what it is. It's downright
There will be
lazy.
a PFL breakdown, Kenny Leo. Yeah.
Sorry,
I just completely interrupted you there, BetSam. That's my bad, actually, to be fair. But there will be a PFL breakdown.
I'm going to beat the piss out of you once I move you into my garage. It's okay.
What you're telling everyone.
That's what I've been telling everybody.
Yeah, that would be a pretty elite combo, though. Like, we are both, aren't we, like, both in the top 5?
I'm at my garage right now. I've got space here. I could put a desk right next to me.
You're
we could
number
put a mini
1
fridge.
Underdog. I'm number 3 underdog. Out, right? Yeah.
Mini fridge with a double door that opens from both sides. Dude. We could sit there, fill it with Red Bulls.
We Angelo it as well, and like you put a TV there with a fucking
snack cabinet, just a little snack shelf, whatever the cupboard.
Cabinet, like holy shit, man.
It's elite.
Like it's a dairy, dude. He owns a night and day in his own bloody basement.
Bro, the suites are like 8 deep as well. It's not like he's got like 2 or 3 facings. They're like 8 packs.
That's what I mean. He literally owns a corner store in his basement. It's insane.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nice. His setup is elite. I wish I had that type of setup to watch fights on. We got a kiwi fruit discussion here. We might as well, let the people know. Kiwi fruits were actually called Chinese gooseberries. They changed the name to kiwi because Americans wouldn't eat a China fruit. I don't know that that's true, actually. I'm not sure. If that's true either, but I think a Chinese, or is it? No, it's a Cape gooseberry. Is the one in that little silhouette and it's orange or all the rest of it. I think it's a Cape gooseberry.
Our kiwi fruit's different to American kiwi fruits. Now we're on a conspiracy.
Anywho, Navajo Sterling versus Jan Blachowicz. Apparently, Navajo Sterling's been saying he's going to get the knockout now. Me and Adam had been hearing other things. Listen, I will start this by preface this and saying I was the most excited for Navajo Sterling out of any MMA capper on planet Earth. I've been gassing this guy up since the jump, since before the jump. There is on my Instagram a video of me going, fuck, when he gets the KO on the Contender Series. I predicted he would win by round 2 KO against Philip Latu, and I said it was going to be by left hook. He went out there and he got that left hook KO. I was as hyped as anybody on planet Earth could be for Navajo Sterling the entire time. I did recently watch a video on his YouTube where he basically just made me reverse hype for Jan Blachowicz. And you guys can go and check this video out. He put out a video on his YouTube.
Navajo Sterling does not want you to be excited about this fight.
That's what when you watch, this is not official UFC media. You go watch Nav Sterling's YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel with incredible content on his YouTube channel. I will say the production quality and all the rest of it. I think he's got a team of friends that follow him around and film him all the time. Navajo Sterling has a video out there. And when he's talking about this fight, the camera zoomed in on him and he goes, Jan Blachowicz has a style similar to my own. And I think that we're going to measure each other out here. It's going to be a lot of feints, a lot of fakes. It's going to be a slow building fight. And I'm really excited about it. Bro, I was like, it got me so reverse hyped. And I was probably like the 10th person to click on his video. I was like, let's go. I watched that and I was like, if you're telling me that you've got a 43 and a half, not 43, Adam, 43 and a half year old former world champion in front of them, you need to be beating the piss out of them. You need to be smashing them like they are a short notice replacement from a weight class below. You need to beat the fuck out of them. Like Navajo Sterling, in my opinion, if he doesn't go out there and just beat the brakes off Jan Blachowicz, if it's not a 30-27 domination, or if he doesn't knock down Jan Blachowicz twice in here or break him to pieces, if it's not like Peyton Talbot versus Henry Cejudo, like if he's not just smashing this dude, then I'm incredibly disappointed in him. And that might sound like crazy from a dude who is unathletic sitting on their couch. But when he came into the UFC, my trajectory for him and my path for him, when he gets a fight like this, you guys don't understand. When you get a fight like this, being the type of fighter that Navajo Sterling is, 28 years old, frame is incredible for this division. Like, frame is truly incredible for this division. 80-inch fucking reach. He's like 6'5". You know, he's listed at 6'4". There are 6'5" fighters that I guarantee you are going to be shorter than Navajo Sterling. I've met Carlos Olberg. Navajo Sterling's head is probably twice the size of Carlos Olberg's head. This guy is enormous in person. He is huge, right? And he is going in here and he's fighting a 43-year-old man who's coming off of injuries. He's coming off of like major career-changing injuries on a losing streak. He's stepping up here. It's an enormous opportunity. Why would you say it's going to be a slow-building fight with feints and fakes? Go out there and smash his fucking face in. I want you to pound this dude. And don't just do it. Tell the world you are going out there to beat his fucking face in. You say legendary Polish power. Well, he hasn't felt my power. I'm going to crumble this old man. This is how the sport is built. The UFC is giving him a golden nugget. It's an egg here. He gets to go out there in front of the world with an old man that people still think is good. And he gets to beat the shit out of him and get paid to do it. Tell people about it. I'm frustrated.
Sterling has a very rare opportunity to fight a 43-year-old man coming off double shoulder surgery and has been open about having back injuries. He should win. Like, he just should win. I know that Jan's good. I know that Jan had a fantastic run in his late 30s that you don't see a lot of fighters have, but Father Time it's just a real thing, man. It's just a real thing. And Jan Blachowicz is 43. Power is the last thing to go. Sterling hasn't really given me something to be worried about regarding him like being hittable, being chinny necessarily. I think that he's gonna be fine.
Definitely not chinny. Ivan Urslan cracked him, and he just ate that shit. You know?
The problem with Sterling maybe is if he is gonna play this chess match, the leg kicks maybe could add up, like maybe, but even then, I don't know. I think that it's going to be a Sterling decision. I wanted to say it was around 2 KO, but yeah.
Sam, you should manage him. I will say this, right? If you guys don't know, Angelo Bedetti, former fight manager, he managed Nick Newell, who actually went pretty far. Even has a fight against Justin Gaethje, the guy with the nub arm. And you might think, oh, he had some disabled guy. That dude was putting people out. He was getting first round finishes. Good. He was choking people out. He was choking people out with the nub, and he would have the nub here, and then you're trying to reach for the hand to fight the hand. Bro, the hand doesn't exist. Like you can't get a hold of the hand there to fight it because he's just got a nub hook there. So, Angelo was a fight manager there. Maybe that's one day a career that you could see BetSam go down. Maybe I could take some of these fighters to the next level, teach them what the promotion's about. And I'm going to go on one more rant here because we've only got one more fight after this, but this is directly related to this fight. It blows my fucking mind that there are UFC fighters out there that have like 3 or 4 fights and they still don't understand what the promotion's about. And what I'm saying by that is the promotion is about how you market yourself, how you talk about the fights, not just the punches and the kicks. If fighting was all about who won, then it would just be all Dagestanis with freaking 15 minutes of control time in the UFC. It's not. Muhammad Makayev would still be here if it was about just winning fights. It's not about just winning fights, guys. If you have a personality, if you have flair, and Dana White has openly said it, the worst thing that a fighter can have is nobody giving a shit when they walk out. If you walk out and everybody boos, the UFC is happy. They're like, cool. If you're a heel, it's good. If everybody cheers for you because they fucking love you like Charles Oliveira, that's cool too. If you don't give them something to care about, right? If you say, "Oh, it's gonna be a slow building fight, feints and fakes, cuz, feints and fakes," And maybe it's not Navajo's fault. Maybe it's his management team. Maybe it's Eugene fucking Bierman drilling that shit into his head. I don't know. Maybe that's just what the team at CKB does, you know. But I don't know. Israel Adesanya was fucking entertaining. He understood entertainment. I don't know what's going on here. Navo Sterling.
I mean, you don't have Twitter, do you? But Zach Puga actually had a really good take about this, and people flamed him in the comments for some reason, just because he had a pretty unsuccessful UFC run. But Zach tweeted something like, they allow the Tajikistan guys or the Uzbekistan guys, the Russian guys, to be boring as fuck wrestlers because the people in that country, the people that support them, they've got a whole country behind them that support them no matter what. Like that's the thing about like a lot of these like
Nepalese
boring
guy.
Yeah. Like here's the thing. Like that's the thing. Like they can get away with being boring as fuck because it doesn't matter. Like these guys these fans are the ones that are going to be buying the shirts. It's like Zach Puga even said, you know, he fought in Abu Dhabi one time and he couldn't believe it. Everyone in the crowd was wearing the UFC shirt merchandise. You know what I mean? Like, I have no interest in buying the UFC shirt merchandise, but it's like apparently those fans in that country, they are happy to buy that sort of stuff for their guys, even if they are boring fighters. So if you're going to be a boring fighter, you've got to have a whole nation behind you. And to be fair, you could maybe argue that Navajo only has the whole country behind him, but I feel like he's just nowhere near as known as like Israel Adesanya was. Like, Israel Adesanya was like put on posters, man. Like I live in, you know, big city in the South Island. Like there were posters on the main highway of Israel Adesanya of fighting in the UFC. I don't really see that sort of thing for Sterling, unfortunately. But yeah, it's kind of like one of those sort of cases where like Izzy had the whole nation of New Zealand. He had Africa, he had China behind him. You know what I mean? But yeah, like it's just one of those things where it's just
China behind him.
I mean, he claims he's Chinese, so his words not mine. His words not mine.
This segment here is exactly what I'm talking about. Izzy was entertaining Romero versus Izzy Canev Izzy. That's what I'm talking about. The punches and the kicks are less important than the antics, than the speech and all those shit. And I know that might be offensive to some people, but if you walk into the cage, right, let's say you're Navajo Sterling right now, and you pick up the microphone when they go to media day and Jan Blachowicz goes to talk, and you say, enough of this, old man, I'm going to knock him out and show who the new man is in the division. People are going to go, did he just disrespect the GOAT, Jan Blachowicz? But if he goes out there, and knocks that boy out, boom, viral clip, you know, hundreds of thousands of views, you know. Social media villains. The guys like Tommy Guns and all the rest of it, that these people understand, they know what it's about. The clicks, it's about the views.
I talk to Tommy McMillan, guys. Tommy knows what he's doing. Tommy knows what he's good at. He knows he's not a good striker. Trust me, Tommy knows. He knows what he's good at, but he just doesn't use it at the moment. This is the problem, though. I just worry that one day he's not going to wrestle, and he's just going to look like a total idiot. But yeah, Tommy's like Tommy's a master of this, guys. Like everyone's falling for it. Everyone's falling for Tommy's sort of thing that he's doing.
Yeah, it's like O'Malley, guys. O'Malley as well. You know, people will think that O'Malley's this crazy human being. I think O'Malley's actually like relatively based. You know, like you look at his lifestyle. He puts a few people around him, but he knows how to get the clicks up. You know, he knows how to get those views and all the rest of it. I'm going to pick Navajo Sterling by KO.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the round 2 KO cashed last time. I'm pretty happy to say. I don't think he's knocking out Jan in the first. Look at Jan's head. Look at the size of that thing. He ain't getting knocked out.
You put me in Nav's body, I'll fucking knock Jan out in the first. This guy's a behemoth. Like Navo, I don't think you guys realize how much. Like he's like Polatan level big. Like Navo Sterling is enormous. He is a huge individual. He's big, right?
It's more Tommy's. If you actually look into Tommy McMillan, he's a very, very elite wrestling background, like very high. He could have been a professional wrestler. Like that's how good he is at wrestling. But anyways, Sterling KO
plus 250. Yeah, plus 250. I'm down. I'm down with that.
I like it too. Because then I get to like cheer for Nav to not stick his head in a guillotine.
Plus 250, and we're taking Nav Sterling KO round 2 plus 750.
Yeah, or even what's KO or sub even as well, like
why
just
sub?
In case. Yeah, no, just inside the distance. Oh, but plus 170. Okay, with 250s, the KO is better. Don't worry. Just in case we could have got like a plus 240 KO sub. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Nav has grappling, but Nav has openly said he doesn't really feel comfortable going for subs in live competition. It's not that he doesn't train it. It's just he says it's difficult to get on people and you waste energy. Nav is a very conservative fighter.
That's the kind of a
Navajo
concern,
wins
but
boring decision. This statement here, that's why Anshul Jubilee got a chance. I mean, Anshul Jubilee looked good before he got to the UFC. He actually did.
Anshul Jubilee is frustrating to me because he showed a lot of potential on the road to UFC. Like
Hot take.
like that fight.
Anshul Jubilee did not get knocked out by fucking Quillen Selkirk. He just got dropped and they called it a KO.
Yeah.
I was there live in person. I was like, why'd they stop the fight?
He kind of got done dirty there.
Yeah,
he kind of. There's some absolute fucking cans on the Contender Series this year that Jubilee might be able to beat. So hopefully they can kind of give him a good fight in that way. We'll see.
That's unhinged.
That's one of the better comments we've got.
That's a good one. I'm decently happy with that one. The prop odds is what I'm talking about, not the comment. All right, Uros Medic versus D-Rod. I'm just gonna go out here and say it right now. You got a literal Mexican prison gangbanger in D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. And I want to say this as well.
He said it himself. He was one of the mafia boss's bitches while he was in there.
That's what he said. I don't believe the story, first and foremost. I don't believe that he just got put away in a Mexican prison randomly for a bag of weed. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. He was like, oh, they tried to get me out. Or I ended up spending 8 months there.
I think it was probably more than just a bag of weed, right? Like if you're an American citizen and you get done with it, because isn't marijuana legal in the state that he left, and it's legal in Mexico as well? So like,
I'm not sure what happened here, but I feel like there's something in there. I think maybe there was possession of firearms and weed. Maybe he attacked a police officer or something. I think there was something in there that you're not just randomly being locked out, for 8 months.
For 9 months.
When you're D-Rod coming off a 3-fight win streak already, he was like a somebody at the time. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think it is whatever they said it was, So
it might have just been a shitload of weed. I don't know. It might have just been a fuckload of weed.
He might have driven across the border with a carload of marijuana.
Maybe a bag of weed to Daniel Rodriguez isn't like a little baggie. It's a fucking trunk full of the stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, like 3 gym bags of weed.
Like I don't know how. Yeah, like a gym bag of weed. I don't know how much weed Daniel Rodriguez is smoking, but yeah.
But either way, 8 months in a Mexican prison, 8 months to return to the UFC. Fighting Uros Medic in Serbia. And I'm going to say this as well. I picked Uros Medic to knock out Jeff Neal in his last fight. I believe Adam picked Jeff Neal.
I picked Neal on that one. I did. I just don't think Medic is that good, but I think
we can agree, though, that Uros Medic, I think he looked career best against Jeff Neal.
Oh,
he looked
Jeff Neal's really good.
Fuck. He looked fast as fuck. Like, yeah.
People disagree with me on this. Jeff Neal gave Shavkat Rakhmonov a pretty competitive fight. People are like, no, he didn't. Shavkat won all the rounds. It's like, yeah, watch the fight though. But like, Neal was competitive. He was in there.
It was a scrap.
He was losing. He was in there.
It was definitely a scrap. And that was like prime Shavkat too. Like he was like, that was the Shavkat.
Yeah. This is good Shavkat. Yeah.
Shavkat the Fallen. Unfortunately, I don't think Shavkat's coming back. Actually, I don't know what's
Well, there's reports saying he could return in winter, but then there's reports he could return in winter 2026. I think if Shavkat comes back, it's just not going to be the same, But here's like my hot take. I don't think Shavkat was going to be the champion either, though.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think with Uros Medic here against D-Rod, I watched the tape from Daniel Rodriguez, and D-Rod did this thing, which maybe I've talked to you about. He holds his hands like this, and he's not that fast enough to react. And what happens when you hold like this when you're wearing MMA gloves? It's because he's used to training with boxing gloves. So if you hold your hands like this, there's a lot of space like this. And if you hit the inside of my fist, you're still going to go through to my face. You hit anywhere on the inside of my hand, unless you're a brick and you're turned in like this. If you're just like this,
but then you're going to break your hands. You break your wrists.
And if you're in there like open like this and you get hit, it's still going to go through to the face. And I've seen him try to step back and then his hands move kind of out of position and he gets hit clean with 1-2s.
Uros throws a lot of straight punches too.
Great straight punches from fast,
and he's
quick
so fast. Yeah,
so fast. Uros Medic by KO and Uros Medic by KO in round 1 are the lines that I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I like it too.
I think they're shit lines though. I think we're getting.
Are they gonna scam us?
I think they're just onto it. I think the implied probability is actually just correct. Well,
I I just don't think D-Rod wins. You know, I just really don't.
Yeah, we've got Uros Medic here by KO minus 250. That's $1.40.
That's horrific because there's actually a chance he gets a submission. You know, like I'm being serious.
Uros Medic by round 1 KO at plus 105. I'll put that in.
I'd rather round 1 is minus 105 because it's like.
No, I think he knocks him out.
He's not going to go for a sub at home, is he? No, he's going to
in Serbia. After he called for the UFC to come to Serbia, right? And he said he would show them. He literally said, quote for quote, "I will show them a knockout in Serbia." Is what he said. He's verbally said it. And Uros Medic is Uros Medic round 1 KO plus 105. It is atrocious. But when I watched the tape on this, I was like, I'm playing Uros Medic by knockout.
It's one of those ones though. You bet on it and you have fun betting on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm here for it. Like, I will be sitting there at 8:40 in the morning in New Zealand with my
7 in the morning.
With 6, 7. With my scrambled eggs. Yeah, with my eggs. I'll be sitting there with my eggs, eating my breakfast, probably live streaming. Excited.
I'll be finishing up my morning goon, and I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
Yeah. All right. Uros Medic round 1 KO. Have you wrote that one down? I'm down with it.
I'm keen to. Like, it's just fun.
What was the under? The under 1.5 at minus 200. I'd rather play the round 1 KO. I'd rather.
Under 1.5 minus 200. Yeah,
When was it 4 pounds of weed? You're just making things up.
We never said 4 pounds of weed. We just said that it was probably a lot bigger than just a bag of weed because he got put in prison for 9 months for it.
Yeah, I think there was something else that went down there. I really do. Adam, your dry days are over. This could be the final super chat of the stream. My wife is home here. I can hear her in the kitchen. I appreciate.
I'm about to cook as well. I'm gonna make like a chicken curry sort of thing. Pretty excited about it, actually.
We just served up an entire meal worth of cooking, brother. We just cooked up props for this entire card.
Yeah, if we sweep this card, I don't think I'll have to cook for the rest of my life. I'll tell you that much. Because some of these are bangers. Plus 1250, round 3 KO on Klein.
I'm gonna Kombat Kiwi parlay, brother.
Oh my god, it's nearly a disaster. Nearly a complete disaster. Okay.
Right. Also, flowers for Adam. Adam, congrats on the perfect card last week. Do you know what's kind of lame? I literally got they gave me 11 out of 12 or something. They gave me one wrong.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, we picked Said as well. We both picked Said by KO.
Yeah.
D-Rod by smuggling a gun into the octagon and shooting Uros. That I think in Serbia,
maybe you could do it in the States, but not in
Serbia. Right? If you shot, you wouldn't even make it out of the octagon before they'd killed you in Serbia.
Yeah. Another thing about this, dude, the crowd is going to be going fucking crazy, dude. This is going to be a good card for that too. The crowd.
Yeah, I would love to be there live in person. This would go great.
I think the Australian cards, right, and the crowd's just dead, and it's just horrific.
Well, there's just like, one guy yelling in Australia. You know.
And it's like no one's cheering, and then people are walking out, no one's cheering. It's just dead silence. Like, oh, this is really awkward.
Yeah. It was the Australian crowds are interesting. I'll just say that. And I tried. Yeah. I thought, Adam, you might have had this. I thought by going to a UFC event, I'm going to be like, this is sick. I'm going to be surrounded by my people. But when I went to Australia, most people were just casuals as fuck, bro. Just absolutely, like a bunch of the guys didn't even know who was fighting on the card. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, these are $1,000 tickets. People be
Yeah. No, it's like for me, it was like, hold on. For me, it was like
MDMA in the fucking toilets there while I was there, bro. People just ripping MDMA. I was like, what are we doing here? We're not at a fucking rave. We're at a UFC event.
Yeah, the last one I went to was 193, and I remember like. Yeah, it was 193. I was there. I was there for Blood Diamond versus Radke. That's what I was like. I was like, fuck, you guys don't want to watch like one of the worst UFC fighters of all time? You don't want to watch Blood Diamond fight against Charles, say it again, Radke? That's when he said it too. He said it on that fucking, and I was there. To be fair, this card wasn't
you're a bunch of fucking faggots. Is that the one?
Yeah. But then I was also like, and then I was like, you guys don't want to fucking see Carlos Olberg on the prelims, who's now a champion as well. I was like, you don't want to watch these fights? Like, what? Like, why are you guys not fucking here?
People,
to be fair, the prelims on that card were really dog shit, but like, yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah.
when I was sitting there with my wife at UFC 312, there was a group of about 5 Australian guys next to me, and I was like, I'm actually like kind of a professional gambler, and they were like, oh, and I was like, no, like here's my YouTube channel, all the rest of it, and they're like, okay, like give us your picks then, like kind of like goofing at me, bro. I tell you what, I gave them 4 perfect picks in a row. I put a bunch of them into their betting accounts. They're all still sitting there, not gas. I was like, what happened? They kept betting against me after each fight, right? Just because they thought that they knew better. Like they had Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. Bro, Gabriel Santos was like one of my locks. I was like, Gabriel Santos is going to finish Jack Jenkins, bro. And these guys are all like unloading their full bankroll into Jack Jenkins, like, a couple of beers deep. I was like, casuals, bro. Just casuals everywhere. You can't help some people.
That's the thing with me. Like, I just struggle to talk about the sport with people in real life. Like, I'm just so like fucking autistic with this stuff, man. Like, it's just that bad.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a beautiful stream.
Hey, we haven't done the Kombat Kiwi parlay, man.
Adam needs to come up with his Kombat Kiwi league right now, and then I'll hit him with mine. I've already chose mine, so.
Oh, have you? What is it?
I'll tell you after. That's why I said you got to come up with yours.
Hold on, I've got my idea. I've got an idea. Oh, what are the odds on yours? Like how big are we sending it? How big?
Mine are good. Mine are good odds. Yeah.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should I do a sender too, or what do you think?
It's not a send. No, it's no. Pick a lock. Pick a lock. That's Don't think about it. Pick your absolute lock on this. Absolute lock. Like you're like, I would be shocked if this didn't happen. Shocked. You know.
Give me a sec. Let me cook.
Right,
I'm just looking at fight odds right now. You put
chat,
me on the
if
spot,
you've got
right?
something to ask, you got a few minutes here, so jump in. I'll read all the chat right now while Adam's doing his thing. Olberg has the personality of a rock. Olberg has the personality
He's just so handsome though.
Olberg is very handsome. Meeting him in real life, he is as handsome as he looks on TV. Olberg has the personality of the guy you don't want to be your wife or girlfriend's gym trainer. Like he is a slick man. And the ladies love that dude as well. He's a male model. Sup, Gooners? How you doing, brother? I remember losing $3,900 on that card, watching Izzy lose to Strickland like a pussy. I was actually at a pub here in Tauranga, and I was just with my wife, just me and my wife there, and we were watching, and I was betting against like all of the favorites there. I was betting against not Tafa, what's his name? Bam Bam, Tuivasa. I bet against Tuivasa. I got that perfect. I got round two submission there, Volkov against Tuivasa. And then I also bet Sean Strickland in over 3.5 rounds against Izzy. And I kept cheering every time one of the hometown guys was losing. And there were about 4 big Islander dudes there, Adam, that were like 135 kilos plus, just eyeing me down for every time I was cheering at these guys losing. And my wife was like, can we leave? Like she was like genuinely, as soon as the Izzy fight ended and I'm cheering about Strickland, she's like, can we get out of here? I think these guys are actually going to beat you up. And I was like, all right, let's get out of here. But that card was money for me. That card was absolute money. I think I had a few parlays that were like 50 times money on that card. Yeah, right. What do you got?
I've got my leg. This was the initial read. I was getting a little bit self-conscious on the odds but I truly believe that this is going to bang.
What?
Borislav Nikolic moneyline.
Brother, you told me this guy has 0 takedown defense.
Yeah, he doesn't, but he gets back up. And he's fighting a midget, dude. He's going to be chilling.
Moneyline?
What is
minus
yours?
180?
What is yours? Because what odds am I dealing with here? That's the problem.
It's okay. You got minus 180 there. Can you find him better odds anywhere else that you can bet? You know.
Okay. Fuck it. We'll end on a bang then.
No. That's all right. No. I'm fine with that. Adam, you said it. I'm fine with it. We got.
I was going to say
Borislav Nikolic.
Urishmich round one. But...
No. Borislav Nikolic. Right. That's it. I'm gonna go with Rakic inside the distance.
That's the other one I was going to choose. Oh,
that's the one I've got. So you should be happy that you're excited about it. Fighter wins inside the distance. Yeah. Can we parlay them yet, though? I don't. Pause champ. I don't think we can parlay them yet. Because his money line's only just come out yet. Let's have a look.
I've been forced to do something else.
You can't play it. You have to play another league. Yeah, you actually have to.
Okay. For all the marbles, Jovan Licker by KO Warsald.
Jovan Licker inside the distance. Holy
yes. We're going big. We're going for the big boys, BetSam.
That is literally the heavyweight. So that is the big boys. No, fighter. Fighter wins inside the distance. Is that parlayable? It is. It is parlayable. No, it's not. No, it's not parlayable.
For fuck's
Can we wait? Maybe we just can't.
Can we even do any parlays? Do we just do money lines? Do we just do Jovan Licker Rakic money lines? Like, what do we even do?
Wait.
I think Gamrot beats Selkilled.
You know what? I'm going to lock that in, but I won't post it right now. It's going to be Jovan Licker inside the distance and Rakic inside the distance. I think both of those will still be plus money.
It is 4.8. It's plus 384.
I mean, that's cool with me. Fucking send it. That would be our greatest Kombat Kiwi parlay if it hit, odds-wise.
We've hit bigger than that, haven't we?
I don't think so. We've built bigger than that. I don't think we've hit bigger than that.
Oh well, fuck it. Why not, BetSam? Why not just send one, eh? Hey, we want violence. We want to see some finishes.
We want picks, you know? All right. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. We're going for some sins.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Adam, any last words for the people? Any last words for the people right now?
No, I will say this actually. I've got a message to the UFC. Can you sort out next weekend's card? There's only 9 fights on that card in the Apex. It's going to be the sloppiest Apex card
ever. Oh, it's the worst card as well.
And you know the most disgusting part about it, BetSam? It's got a really nice poster, and I really want to buy that poster, and I will buy the poster anyway. But, God, can you just put something else on there? Like, please, just something. Like, Damian Penis has been saying that he wants to fight. Can Damian Penis fight next weekend, please? Like, just something to get me excited about. Like, the main event's good. Gamrot Selkilt's a good main event. Billy Q, Diego Ferreira, fine on the main card. What the fuck else is there to put on the main card? We put in Yadia Del Valle murdering Darren Elkins on the main card. Like,
Darren Elkins could win that
fight. I don't disagree because Del Valle fucking sucks.
42-year-old gremlin, Darren Elkins.
No, hear me out. He somehow fucking wins in the third round every time.
Well, he's a better wrestler. He's a better wrestler.
Yes, I fully agree. Ty Miller take off. Like, just survives the first, fucking something, man. Like, give me I don't care if it's Damian Penis versus some random short notice dude. That's a good enough co-main event at this point. Like, for such a good poster too. Like, look, that's such a good poster. God.
All right, man. Look, let's have a look here. Okay. Closing thoughts from me, guys. I just want to say this, right? In a world where the internet is incredibly demanding of you and your financial details are out there, try not to get scammed. You know that less intelligent, less wise people that maybe somewhat sitting next to me have recently been scammed online and they had to change their credit card details. So that's what I'm going to say here is keep your details safe. Don't get scammed. Don't be Adam MMA.